I feel like we miss out on so much being over here on this side by ourselves.
We should take over their beds so we can be nearby the
beds.
Yeah, so it can be closer to the ship posting in the morning.
You know what? Let's put in a request. Let's make them bunk beds and put them both over there so we have more rooms for activities.
True. Okay.
Time to wake up, Lunali.
I have to do this, and I'm like, wait, I don't need to stretch this.
Hello.
Good morning.
Who was on the list to go shopping?
We have a list.
I'm happy I finally got your arm.
Random.
I like the cut, though.
Myself, Theo.
It's lighter.
Drew as well with the shop.
It's easier.
When was the last time someone went? I was keeping inventory.
I think it fits you. Yeah.
I'm gonna walk around for a bit.
I'll join you.
Goodbye.
Catch you at the campus later.
Your store should be open. You need to sleep in. Oh well. Worst case,
If it's not, we can just go somewhere to eat.
bakery.
Why is everybody
What are we
standing
doing?
What other
around?
We don't have anything.
arguing about this.
Huh?
Why is everybody standing around?
Sorry, I slept in. I'll get to making
Oh,
breakfast now.
someone forgot to get
Where's all our food?
Yes.
Nothing.
gone.
Someone forgot to make a run, Arlo. We're out.
We don't.
I know funds have been put aside. We just need to make a run.
All right.
At least between
Anyone
myself and
prep to
Theo,
go?
at least. I
Or we
mean,
can
I
all
can
go
go
out
now.
together.
I just got here.
I mean, I would have done it, but nobody asks me.
It'll
I
cost
have my
more if we
wallet.
all go out.
Same.
If we go now, see if they're open, we can at least get essentials for
Yeah, we
today.
can check.
Celestian? I just got paid from a hospital, so I could help a little, maybe.
All right.
I mean, every little bit
Who wants to
helps.
carry stuff?
I can check over the generous drawer.
Yeah.
Let's head to the store then.
We can check the bakery and the store and just see what they got.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
There's no one brewed coffee this morning.
There's no beans.
Food left. Nothing.
We don't have anything.
We're gonna go meet.
It's all out.
Did stuff run out sooner back because of the fridge going boom?
Possibly. I think a lot of us are kind of. Well, the fridge broke for a time, and we did have to toss a couple things, so that's probably part of it.
Is something broken?
No.
We're gonna go shopping.
We have no food.
Our food
We have no
supplies are
food.
broken.
I see.
We're rectifying that now.
I shall assist them.
No.
Thank you.
I
Appreciate it.
get
Okay.
them if we need. I don't know what people want.
Actually, might not be a bad idea to stop by the bakery first, just to get everyone breakfast.
There's a line?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Didn't we go to the grocery store and get things?
Yeah, if it's open. I just meant like people aren't gonna have breakfast
okay.
this morning now.
It could be open.
That's true.
Imagine
Hello.
having breakfast.
Probably go back.
Yes.
Hello. Morning.
Hi.
Morning.
Okay, weather is good. Why such a?
We need a lot of supplies.
We need to
food.
go
We're
in.
out of supplies. We need to get
Like
food
really
and
bad.
stuff.
Okay, we are good.
Tell you what, I'm gonna go to the
Come on
bakery.
in.
I talked with Biscotti once for
Okay.
like day-old bread. I'll see if I can.
Okay.
Coming in.
Thank you.
Grab what you like. Grab what you get.
We mostly just get everything.
Yeah.
Like
I'll
a
grab
couple
the
things
guys
of
over
everything.
Here, and
Yeah.
you grab some of the vegetables, and I'll get some meats and stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
Could I get? Let's go
Do
with
you want red apple, green apple, red apple, orange
like
apple?
2 links of sausage and a
Just
ham,
get a bunch as
and
much
then
as you
some
can,
of the
okay?
spices,
Wait, as much as you can
some of
each.
the cloves of garlic,
Okay.
and then
Put it a little box.
probably the whole
I should have brought my
basket of
bag
sweet
or my
ones.
backpack.
Yeah, they have bags
Perfect.
over
I
there.
just checked them out. They're all good to go, so you could be able to grab them.
Oh,
over
great.
here. Just grabbing some of
Oh,
those.
wait, are these leeks?
Yes.
And carrots? I didn't even realize you guys had carrots.
Yeah.
The carrots are good.
Well, would you look at that?
Get the
We
carrot.
do have stuff here.
Yeah. Could we get?
You remember this is.
Okay, let's get like a dozen carrots and like 2
Mushrooms,
big
green.
stalks of leeks.
The mushrooms are good.
I couldn't tell from the top side. I didn't see the rest of them. I thought there was some weird like bread on top.
It happens.
I'm freaking out.
Just
right
pile
now.
up what you can up here so they can count what we owe them.
Okay. It's a dozen
I
carrots.
have brought the fruit.
And how many leeks was it?
Just 2 big
the-
ones. I don't know how much
pumpkins,
people like them, so we'll just try
Squashes,
them out.
rice, all that.
Got a whole lot of onions.
There are
Not as bad as
potatoes,
expected.
mushrooms.
Hello.
Morning.
You wanted the whole entire.
What's this I hear about there not being enough food in the dorm?
People forgot to
How
go
did you even
shopping,
hear about
so it was empty.
Did you get
Darts.
Yes. We just got the ham right over here.
Hmm?
I'm getting
People forgot
Sorry,
to
what-
go shopping, so it
Grab
was
2 links
empty.
of sausage and a ham, and then
The kitchen
Ah,
was
got it.
empty.
should be good for them.
We got
Is it the students that do the shopping or the staff?
mushrooms.
For the dorm, it's the students.
Ah, somebody missed their turn in the rotation, huh?
We're selling by 2, get 2 free.
Probably several someones. I don't
You
know.
eat a lot of apples. Do you
Yeah,
That's
we
fine.
should probably
like
get
a crate? Could we
Oh,
get
by
like
the
a
way.
crate?
Best to stock up then.
Can you
If
grab
you
a
see
crate from upstairs?
Gregory, I have finished the rest of his orders.
Alright.
Oh,
I've got.
oh, thank you. I'll let him know. I believe he's not going to be available today, but
That's okay.
I'll give him a heads up.
I can deliver
Hmm.
them later
like I
when,
said,
if
I
he wants to
have
see them in person.
just in case.
Oh, morning, Opal.
They made them really pretty, especially the one for the
How many apples you getting?
it'll be really
Basket
good.
of apples.
Thank you, Lunali.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of apples right now. This is deal.
Oh.
I got some already.
Here's your- buy 2, get 2 free.
You guys ended up not grabbing any grains, right? Because those are by the pound. So you
Well, we're getting a lot of apples for everyone.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
we've
grabbed mostly everything in here.
Yeah. Let's just do 50 feet, 55 cc for produce, and then let's do all the poultry and meats and stuff on the side separate. And then we got the deal for the apples.
Yeah. So the app. Yeah.
Okay. So here's 55 for the produce.
Okay.
For the produce.
I guess with my own name.
And then the poultry. Okay.
That's from the pool that we had. You're not spending just your own money on this, right?
No, this is the pool. I have some of my own in here, but it's for the pool.
Yeah, it's just so much.
Can I ask what, like,
You got the funds to pay for
from
the
this?
apples? It's 24 of them, by the way.
We
No,
forgot
I
to
guess,
shop
come
during the
on,
week, so we kind of ran out of
that
everything.
makes
Well,
sense.
that makes sense because
Yeah.
I was here all day and there was hardly anybody coming in towards the shop, and I was falling asleep. I haven't slept, but I was falling asleep.
Sorry.
No
How
worries.
much is the
You get the
rest?
24 apples as well.
So the 20
We got a whole
the,
crate.
the 24 apples. Then we got, they ended up getting the crate. It's buy two get two free. Each apple is 2 credits. So that will be, they have 24 times 2.
48.
There we go. You're the smart one. Yeah, 48 on towards the apples, and then the poultry. Towards the whole entire basket of
All
eggs
the
is
studying and whatnot,
64
gonna
eggs
have to be
on
quick
them
on your feet.
overall in there. So each egg costs 1 credit each, so it's 64 towards the
Put
eggs
all of
itself.
your
Really?
The
feces in there.
sausage links. The sausage links were 2 sausage links. They were 5 credits each, so that would be 10. And then
Nothing wrong
the
with that
big
sometimes.
ham is 7 credits.
I know a lot
so-
of people hate numbers, but
There we go.
it's still part of my job. When it comes to counting what's good, what's bad.
I've just
It's always
been
about the numbers.
doing in batches, so I've got
Yeah.
the 55,
Yeah.
there's the 48.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's like 72.
the-
It's 55 plus 72, so it would be 100 and no, 120.
Well, they already gave the 55, so just the 72.
So,
That's all you need.
overall, total was yeah.
72, and put that back. Okay, that should be it.
I'll carry the crate back
Thank
at
you.
least. You got the rest of the bags?
Looks good. Do you guys need any help taking stuff back, or are you all
I
good?
think we've got it. We got a couple able bodies.
Awesome, awesome.
You can carry a bag.
Lunali,
Or 2. However many you can.
I need you to stay awake while you carry this bag of grain. Good job.
Bag right there.
That's normal.
Green bean, huh?
I will take the beets.
Good thing I did inventory right before you guys came in.
All right.
Thank you.
Alright, you all
so
have
much.
a great day.
You as well.
Now I truly need coffee
I'll come
now.
back.
We cleared the place out.
But they were fairly compensated for it, so it's okay.
I mean, if nobody has
Yeah.
breakfast today, at least in the dorms, they can go have it in the school.
That's true.
There's a cafeteria.
I mean, if nothing else, they could always come by the bakery later as well and grab a snack.
Yeah.
Well, just good that there is the baker right here.
Alright, we got food.
The favor, Yomi, you're buying food for us next week.
You alright? Yes. It is a giant bag of bread.
Excuse me.
Oh my gosh, you guys got so much bread.
They have been breaded.
A lot of unused
What
bread
is
from the
that bread?
bakery.
Is that bread?
We'll be able to do this about once a week.
We got all the other stuff with us.
I have a bunch of groceries in my hand.
Let's go. Let's keep moving.
Yes.
I
I'll be
can get the,
I'll be right back out, okay?
I can get the door.
Please do, Lunali.
Okay, it's open.
There we go, and then
Here we go.
We could find someone.
Alright, keep going.
I push the door on this side. If you get the other side,
Did I
here we go. Come on through.
I'm trying to make it so it's
Thank
not
you.
so intense and stuff. So we don't have to, you know.
We're good.
Almost there.
You are fine.
Where did you store the bread again?
Set it in the middle and we can sort it out.
We can also
No, in my
put
back
it in
room,
the...
I'll just put it in the middle.
We can put it in the back room too if we need.
Okay, where's this new
What is that?
What is it? Who's got what?
You got meat. You get meat?
In the fridge.
I have the green. I'm gonna put it in the storeroom.
Did you say that the fridge was broken?
It's fixed.
I have the,
We need some like
all the vegetables, lettuce,
right?
these are the bags.
Vegetables,
believe
cool them
Leon
down.
may have
Anything else
gotten
back
some
there?
eggs. I am not sure.
There's plenty of room back there.
It's all empty.
Potentially.
I'm gonna make
Any dry stock can go back there, away from
so we can at
cooling.
least eat something.
There's a lot of loaves of bread here, or buns.
Yeah, just get me some eggs and bread.
At least 50.
Eggs and toast.
Here's eggs.
Hickory,
Oh,
I'd
50.
You got the
always
eggs,
say
I'll get the
put
bread.
some of it out, but put the rest in the storeroom
Are we
so
just
that
scrambling
it's
them? I can start scrambling them.
stored a bit.
Just scramble and I can get the eggs ready. Well, not the eggs, but the
Okay.
the bread.
Hide the bread.
Okay.
I mean, this is
some bread.
approximately 2
Can you
days
get
of
the
bread
butter?
at most,
Did we get butter?
given the amount of us there are.
We'll be fine for now.
We got it.
There
We
was
got
We
it.
asked.
Okay.
I spoke with Biscotti a week or two ago about getting old bread they didn't need. Came in clutch today.
Yes, I paid 50 cc's
They
for
agreed to
the.
sell it half price.
Are you hungry?
Yeah.
That's a lot of bread.
Good job on bread.
So yeah, we have
I have consumed the muffin.
Yeah,
Thank you for
plenty of
picking it up.
I can always eat
Salt and
I thought you could use something to
Is there anything else that we need to
start you off on the right foot.
You're still hungry?
It was a necessity given the circumstances.
I don't think so. Most of the vegetables have been put in the cooler. Everything else has been in dry
It's
stock.
fine.
You know
I think we're good for today.
Oh no, we're just
And also
tossing
the
it. We're just getting
Someone to toss it into someone's mouth.
everyone right now, I think.
Okay, I got some plates.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Alright, there's eggs and bread for anyone
Hi,
else.
Lunali. Morning.
You already have food,
we have
so you
been
don't need to
given the blessing of
Cereal.
and the general
Thank
store
goodness.
is now very empty. So
Okay.
Good for their business.
Cooking and hectic. I'm taking a sandwich to go.
Okay. 3,
Isaac,
2,
Carla, you need to
I am
chew.
unsure if
You're
anybody
going to
takes
choke.
advantage of it, but we do get free lunch on campus.
Yes.
That is true.
Eggs and toast.
3, 2.
Everybody gets some.
I need a
plate, actually.
There's some plates over here.
Sorry about that.
I am currently.
I want to see if you can catch it with your mouth only.
I need to give me a
Okay,
minute.
you ready?
I've never asked.
3, 2,
Oh, right. I need medication.
There's eggs and toast over there.
Yeah?
You just remembering that in the middle of breakfast?
Oh, right. I forgot to take my meds last night. Look,
Brady's a real one. I knew you were.
I blame. It's always good just to have excess materials here.
Oh yeah, you're sure.
I am surprised that even the wine had been
Yeah, I'm
moving.
gonna eat. I'm just dealing with.
Have you?
I'm about to.
Things like that are not my business.
That's
Our
right.
own supply.
breakfast sandwich for you if you wanted.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
We got a plate.
Yeah.
It
Got a
bumps off
fruit
my
bakery.
ear.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Sorry, we got more
Yeah, of course, actually. I got one more because I got 5 for some fucking reason.
Sit down first.
I'll be right back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go to it with my ear.
Okay,
hold on.
Now, can you get that like on your head?
I think I got an idea.
Eggs and
I could
toast
probably
are
pass
a
it
good
here to me.
combo.
Yeah. Okay.
It is.
With your ear, you're supposed to eat it.
Party combo.
Yeah, I'm gonna bat it up and then I'll catch it with my mouth.
I think we forgot.
I hope not. 2, 3.
Well, I can't get tea and coffee at a bakery.
They
Yes, you can.
Sorry, I
They
thought
have
you came to
tea
the.
You
and
can.
coffee there.
They have coffee available there.
Enough for everyone here. In bags? I didn't see any.
See if it's open.
Were there any at the general store?
Okay, just get like a
Bags of coffee beans, that is.
Yeah.
Felix is going.
I'll get a variety.
Like a little pad.
Okay. I didn't see
I can
anything in the
assist
bakery
then.
myself.
They have it behind the counter.
We got eggs and toast.
I know they sell coffee and tea, but I don't know if they sell it in surplus.
I believe they only make it. Yeah, I'll do juice.
Yeah, that was my fear.
Maybe if you look at it. I don't know. I'm just gonna eat my food.
They'll figure something out.
Well, they might be able to give you an idea of where they get their stuff from, because it's really good. I like their tea.
I was wondering which room we were talking about.
Both at the same time, usually.
Oh. How do you differentiate between each other when they say rude?
Well, some people
They call
call me
me
Star.
Morning, Isaac.
Oh, I see.
Morning, Leon.
Could you, like, sit anywhere else?
I can't do fine cooking myself.
I mean, like, really?
Is there someone else that's sitting here already? I can move.
Well,
I don't really cook often, but I like to. I might have my
Bailey?
it's fine. You can sit wherever you want.
Oh, that's unusual.
What
I
did
don't think it's your fault, dear.
Don't know.
It's okay. It's some people call me Star and Bailey calls me Rapunzel.
Why should call you Rapunzel?
My hair is long.
It's like real, and then it's like the story.
And I have long hair.
Oh, I actually honestly haven't noticed before.
I guess it makes sense. They always look at me
Really?
like they always seem upset whenever I'm around.
You can always ask him.
Maybe I
No,
did
they don't-
something to
don't.
piss
You
them
should have free
off.
time now, considering
Lunali, don't worry about it.
shut up. Shoot.
It's okay.
You're
it doesn't
fine.
bother me.
Okay. Yeah, it should be fine. If you think that'll help you.
I'm sure if Raggy's there, then I'm sure that'll be okay. He's
Before?
Yeah, it's an understatement.
Gotta check on something first.
See you later.
Morning.
Where they never stop. But I guess that's the point.
Bye, Ada. Bye, Ada. Hopefully I can train with you later.
morning, everyone. Morning.
Good morning. Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hello.
Actually, right now, I would like to discuss with you.
Alright, no.
Sorry.
Sorry. Come here, Lunali. Oi.
Very good. Good. Morning.
How's your spellcasting adventures going so far, Rue?
Oh, you know.
Hey, Lunali.
Better than mine.
Lunali.
Good. Swallowing.
This is a place you belong.
Old Sammy would say for a spot.
You know why?
I realize something.
I
think I realize something. You need to eat more vegetables and meat.
are the two people I want at my side that I trust completely.
Mind if I stand here?
Doesn't have
Oh, you be specific.
I've never minded.
You.
Okay. Oh, what do you mean? Why? What's wrong with me?
Wait, is there something wrong with him?
Scrawny? Am I?
I wouldn't be surprised I haven't seen him since I saw him once in the door.
Yeah. You ran into me on the way in.
You're born.
Don't talk bad about my boy like that. He's not scrawny. I don't hear his loud mouth in here, so I'm gonna imagine he's somewhere out there.
It's almost like I can hear him.
We did not hear him on the way in. He may be far in.
I heard Uriel and him in the dorms earlier. They were shouting in the bathroom.
Hopefully they do not need assistance.
Oh, were you able to
No,
practice
they're
with
fine.
the
They didn't
stairs?
fall in or anything.
And Marcus.
A little bit.
Oh, there they are. Just will be on time, so we don't have to wait for him.
Oh, you're last.
They had time enough, it seems.
Barely made it.
I was here from the start.
I had a better head start, but I started getting this horrible headache on the way.
Noticed.
Candidates, eyes front. Today we will be going over lessons with Instructor Braggy, over the bestiary that you will be needing to study ahead of your mission into Vanderhall. Scouting has been conducted by myself, Braggy, and Instructor Hayden to see what sort of creatures are between us and Vanderhall's ruins. We'll be going over a number of the magic beasts you will encounter, their elements, fighting styles, and weaknesses today. Take this lesson to heart, it will keep you alive. Braggy, your class.
Before we get to the actual beasts, there'll be a primary. Get to the classroom.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Look at you, look at you. Could barely stumble down a hallway, now you're running ahead of everybody.
I'm excited. It's been 2 2 weeks and I've been stuck in a hospital room.
Be mindful with your turns, Talia. You have a large weapon on your back.
Oh, that's why I went ahead.
Yes.
Don't worry, he'll get told off for it later.
No, there are janitors for a reason. I am not the only one who does this.
What did you do?
Did you just put your ash into the floor and say we have janitors for a reason? I fucking hate you.
I think Theo's gonna kill him.
Oh my god, I'm taking my seat and I'm shutting the fuck up. I forgot that I'm not allowed to talk here because if Marcus Blackstone says the wrong thing.
No, you're not allowed to say stupid things! It just doesn't help that everything you say is stupid!
You know, it was so quiet last week.
Well, guess what? Now I'm back. Guess fucked, everybody.
I'm waiting. Wait there. Do you think I could? I just want to put it against the wall. Why not stay with it? Silence spell so we can play it in. Yes, I'm armed. I'm trying to.
You love me, you know it. Come on, it's boring without me.
It was very quiet. It was a bit too quiet.
Yeah, that's what I kept hearing.
This will be one of those days where your notes will be critically important to us. Lunali. Do you want me to take them for you, or will you be able to do
I'm
it?
pretty sure we can hear you from the. I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna pick a direction, see how far I can make it, see how many bears.
This will be one of those days where the notes will be important. Do you want me to take them for you? No? Alright. I usually like starting off with yours, even though I take them myself. You take them. You do such a better job with it. Yours are strangely thorough.
So you can write down.
In the woods? Where else? Thanks, Opal.
I keep forgetting my notebook.
Practicing?
Nobody understands why you practice.
I don't know, finding himself
It's the same way for me. Even just once writing it down makes it easier to keep in mind.
Pretty much.
You felt so cozy.
I know the answer. It is neither of those.
Taking notes for both of us, so actually I do a job.
Making the steam? Just need to finish my arms.
If you paid attention, this is how Bailey has been towards her since pretty
We
much
could
the
have worked that
beginning.
angle. Damn it.
Quiet. First, we're going to be going over a quick summary of the Magibeast class system. Magibeast are divided into several classes, starting from the bottom. We'll go with the unclassed, also known as pods. They're technically unclassed because they can still be killed with conventional weaponry, unless you are fighting a white pod. These have been standardized, using Magibeast counters. They're able to read off the mana given by a Magibeast and give a standard numerical number, called an SMU, or Standardized Mana Unit. The lowest class, pods, can range from 1 to 1,000 SMUs. Beyond that, when they reach the higher end of the scale, pods will evolve. They can actually breach into the next class before they evolve, and this generally creates a stronger D class than usual. Each class from there has about a range of 1,000 SMU, with 1,000 to 2,000, 2,000 to 3,000, and then everything above 4,000 is a Class A. As for calamities, they're not actually a class. It's a title given to any Class A that will actually destroy a city. We have only ever gotten a single reading from a calamity. The one that destroyed Nail. It was over 10,000.
What?
As for what this scale means to you, as you do not actually and will not have the chance to use any of these counters in the field, there are two rules of thumb. One, the larger a Magibeast is, the higher class it is. There are some where this is not true. Those are the variants. The other one is several of you will begin to become more acutely aware of the mana held within other beings. Mana sensing. This can be trained. It is also a general rule of thumb, and the more exposure you have to Magibeasts, the better idea you will have of how they scale to each other, and you will grow more and more precise. As for what this means tactically in this class system, generally, a Class D can be faced in single combat by a graduated Warden. However, Magibeasts are very rarely alone, so don't believe that you can do it all the time. Class Cs can generally be taken out by groups of Wardens, starting from small squadrons to a larger team. The vast majority of Magibeasts fall into Class C. Once they reach Class B, they are now elite enemies. It is more likely that they will develop into advanced affinities, such as time, space, gravity. These will decimate the vast majority of Warden squads. These types of enemies require advanced planning and experience to face. Squads composed of veteran Wardens and captains can group together, and they have a fair chance of defeating them, but it's still not a guarantee. If you encounter a Class A that you did not previously know, retreat. They're incredibly dangerous, and they require advanced planning and multi-staged attacks to actually defeat them. They will win against pure numbers. This has been proven again and again. Lastly, when it comes to calamities, they require multiple subjugation teams, typically from multiple cities. And this is where titled Wardens become necessary. Subjugating a calamity can range from days to weeks to months of drawn-out, constant fighting. And even with advanced planning and the best multiple cities have to offer, survival's around 50% at best. Are there any questions? Celestia.
You mentioned that the only run that's been rated was a Calamity class at Nail. Who did it? Who identified it?
It was a team of researchers that attempted to go visit Nail not too long ago.
Oh.
Several of them perished, but they were able to bring back that single reading.
It's still there. Sorry.
Yes. As for the behaviors of calamities, what makes a calamity so dangerous is that after an A class successfully takes down a city, they consume the Magus engine, and then they proceed to turn what remains of the city into a nest. They will remain there, and they will grow stronger. There are currently more calamities active right now than there have been in recent history, with what seems like more on the way. Are there any other questions? Yes.
You said they made a nest. Does that mean they...
I've never heard of a magic beast reproducing or anything, but do they make others through this nest?
Yes, they do. Additionally, stronger magibeasts will bring weaker magibeasts around with them. They will develop beast hides and hordes that will simply follow them. During Shieldfall, it is not just the Calamity. It is every single magibeast that followed them directly to the city that can no longer move away. Once they develop a nest, they will produce more. They are incredibly dangerous.
And Shalmir is a magibeast nest now.
If there are no more questions,
That's a saddening thought.
we'll move on to the practical application. Get to the blacktop.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can't believe it. They went back to Ned.
People from me. Hello, company.
I'll be in the center again, so I'm gonna hand off to the side.
Most likely. That's why we have the bleachers.
Peachy.
Mayor would.
I feel like they said lighting not
Don't want to settle down until I know if we're supposed to sit up there or stand.
Apparently, we're supposed to have our gear by the
They're
way.
gonna want gear.
Oh, great.
I suppose that gives a bit of an answer now.
Possible. Likely even. Hasn't taken that.
Alright.
Job, I mean, counterweight still a huge
Everything's
thing.
fine, yeah.
I suppose. It's fine.
Yeah,
I want to sit. I don't want to sit. That takes too much effort.
What's a canoodle?
A what? A what?
What?
I believe it is a ship.
Oh, okay. A canoe.
Is it?
I believe so.
I think-
When I was researching hulls,
Not a
there
term I'm
was
familiar
a
with.
similar word.
Earlier said people were canoodling upstairs. So.
What?
Shipping?
Oh, you got the rest of them
The
done.
Fortisian saying I'm not sure.
I do not believe we have enough water on the ground,
Needs a
or at least
refinement.
on the upper floors
Perhaps
for
the other
maritime
usage of ship
transport.
Transferring goods. Well, they have to get equipped. Perhaps that is their term for it.
Don't attack it.
Be closer. Oh,
This is a teaching
The
hall.
engravings helped a little bit.
With some things, can do things with a thought, or rather than having to focus so much on how I'm casting the spell.
That's good.
Meg is a sweet boy.
This is the best opportunity you will have to inspect it.
Not much to look at.
Oh, this is a Class D Magibeast called a Geluraptor. It's reptilian, bipedal. They are also called frost raptors. They come in two varieties. This is the unelemental aligned one. You may see a variety of these, one of which has frost coming off of its claws. Switch.
Oh.
This is the ice variety. Some of you may have already faced simulations of this.
Is that the one we fought?
This one.
No.
Now, from what you've seen and what you've faced, tell me its behaviors and tell me its strengths as a Magibeast. Axel.
From getting to participate in encountering with them, they seem to try and fight in pack tactics, generally using their speed to try and look for someone who is either out of place or vulnerable. Their strength seems to be their quick lunging strikes with being able to extend their neck out very far, but at the same time leaves itself vulnerable.
Correct. These Magibeasts typically run in packs. They move around very quickly and will circle you. They're more intelligent than the average Magibeast and will actively target the back line. They will avoid tanks and fighters. Dealing with them at range is difficult. They move incredibly swiftly and erratically. They will also especially target gunners. What else can you tell me about this Magibeast? Evan.
As much as you shouldn't underestimate their close range abilities, the claws still pack quite a punch and can, if you let them hit you, get a really good slash in. So while going in at close range is still a good-ish idea, you still gotta be careful with the claws and its legs.
Arthur.
Another thing about it is the whip-like tail on its back. Able to also attack just not from the front, but also the back. So the best way to deal with it is from the side.
Correct. Both its claws and its teeth are incredibly cold. It will induce frostbite. Additionally, from their elemental alignment, they are immune to ice magic. They are heavily resistant to water, and they are weak to fire.
Does that apply to the unaligned
Naturally.
one, or just this variant, sir?
The unaligned one is different. Good question. The unaligned one has no resistances, but also no weaknesses. All magic is treated the same.
It's like pods. Same as one.
Yes. This is generally the rule for all unaligned magic beasts. Now that you know how it functions and how it behaves, how would you defeat it? Hickory.
Well, the neck is a weak point. It is highly sinuous, the same as the tail. Cutting into the meat of the inner thigh, where it connects to the body, has a higher chance of hobbling it.
Yes. Additionally, its legs are also a weak point. It requires them to move around so swiftly, and it does not have a lot of side defense. Talia, then Rue.
If you could find a way to pin it down. If there's a point in the tail where the muscles move, if you can find a good midpoint and grab it there, then it wouldn't be able to whip around as hard. And if you have a tank that can stand their ground, if you can get that tail and hold it in place, then it's a sitting duck for anyone around.
Good. And Rue.
You said that they travel in packs. Is there a alpha per se, like a leader? Because if you get rid of the leader first, then the pack unfolds.
Typically, no.
No?
They do not have a set leader. However, it is only a Class D, and they will typically follow and hover around Class Cs.
I was about to say.
Walter.
Laid it into a position where its mobility is no longer an issue.
Its weakest moment is directly after it attacks, when it is not moving and it is recoiling from being pushed back or stopped. Or it is not moving because it successfully landed into you. Asher.
If it's working in packs, divide and conquer. Make sure they can coordinate in the same way.
That goes into the next thing I was going to talk about. You are in a squad. You are surrounded by these. What should you do as a squad? Sylvie.
Stay close together, as best as you can. Do not get separated. And then once you get everyone down, you take the last one and you corner it as best as you can. It can't take on all of us.
Going through from left to right. Agree.
Prioritize what you know will be their targets. Gunners. Less melee inclined individuals.
This is best dealt with by tanks and fighters, especially shields. I saw you had your hand up back there.
I was gonna say rally around your ranged so that they're not left out alone on any side.
That is the typical strategy when facing packs of these. Surround and protect your backline. Packs can range anywhere from 3 of them to 30.
Oh, lovely.
Second, I thought it was gonna get you.
Hickory.
Create a choke point if possible. Funnel them into a spot where gunners or casters can easily destroy them.
He's not gonna bite unless he tells you to.
I'm good.
Yes. Additionally, after facing these, you are going to want a way to warm yourself back up. If you are facing the ice-aligned ones, it will begin to freeze you every single time it strikes you. Are there any more questions about this Magibeast? Yes.
How patient of a hunter are they? Knowing that they don't go after fighters and tanks, and if we did do a group up, are they the type that will eventually lose patience and attempt to strike through the fighters and tanks, or are they the patient type who will simply circle us and try and outlast us?
They are typically very aggressive. They will circle you, and constantly look for weak points to attack. They will most likely never give you a moment of rest.
Understood.
Hickory.
What are the estimated numbers per the initial evaluation that we should expect to face of this beast?
The difficulty comes in the fact that they are everywhere. If you clear out an area, they will most likely come back in. The numbers constantly shift. In the time that we were there, we saw anywhere between 20 and 80.
Understood.
So the answer is yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And those are just
It
the ones
makes
that were
sense for the
detected.
fluctuations. You mentioned before that Magibeasts are cannibalistic. So, presumably
Yes.
that's what the larger ones have been eating.
It's a symbiosis. They hunt each other to remain alive, but they also cannot leave each other without dying. Switch into a terror shrieker.
Ah, this lovely guy.
These things.
They are insectoid. Typically, they can range from below to slightly larger than human size. Each and every one of them are Earth-aligned. They can both burrow and conceal themselves as rocks out into the wastes. They have no elemental vulnerabilities. From what you know about it and what you can see, tell me its behaviors and its strengths.
I'll take a swing at it. Rue had his hand up first, from what I saw.
I was gonna say it's probably very durable. Probably very rough carapace if it's anything like an insect.
Correct.
Especially the head.
This part of the shell is the strongest part of its body.
Ugh.
Agree.
It has multiple eyes, which expands its range of vision. Its only blind spot is that strongest spot. Furthermore, it has multiple sets of pedipalps. Those can serve as a means to block direct strikes to the head.
Yes, and they're quick as well. Asher.
Ambush. You said they like to hide, so they might just try to ambush people.
Correct. They typically burrow. However, they do not burrow deep. They usually leave some part of them exposed and wait for tremors. Axel. Then Talia.
From what I noticed with, as you said, their speed, they tend to, I guess in a way, charge forward with their defenses to break defenses or cause people to split apart. So, once they run into something, that leaves their backside vulnerable.
Yes, however, I will note, as a comparison and a contrast to the Galoraptor, these Magibeasts are not intelligent. They will rush the first thing they see. They do not target anything.
So easily baited.
Talia.
Well, even heavily armored things, that the amount of movement it has, as someone who has similar things, there's still joints. Joints are always a weak point. If you can just find the right crevice, the right crack.
The upper arm.
Correct. You are slightly skipping
Where the
ahead.
leg meets.
Oh, sorry.
We're just talking about its strengths right now, but you did discover one of its weaknesses.
Apologies.
Isaac, then Scout.
One thing I have not heard mentioned yet is the shape of its arms are hooked, meaning it's very useful to making someone off balance as well as raking flesh. So even if it's not intelligent, getting close and then pulling it forward is all it has to do.
They are also very adept at pulling shields away from tanks. Scout, you had a hand up.
I was wondering, since it's subterranean, is it able to feel vibrations? I've heard of
You mentioned that, yes.
It's sensitive to me, yes.
Sorry.
Agree.
What is its bite strength? Its head is small, but in order to move such a large body, it needs to be able to eat much and eat fast.
They are able to crush boulders and bite into any rock surface, if that is a good comparison.
Noted.
So that's a shattered bone if I've ever heard one.
Mm-hmm.
It will not break Magisteel. Magisteel, especially Reinhold Magisteel, has never broken from a Magibeast.
Good to know.
Cover your wings.
Oh, I didn't know this fucker can fly. Good to know.
They are capable of flying.
Yeah, now I fucking hate it.
Did say adaptable.
It is far less agile, though, it seems.
It was reported in Braden. There were swarms of these.
Yeah, I can't imagine having a swarm of these fall on you. It's a good time.
They are typically heavy, though they can range anywhere from 300 to 500 pounds.
All right.
Definitely don't be in front of one when it's charging you.
I agree.
Is it common for them to evolve from white pods? They seem to share similar strengths and weaknesses, down to even being weaker from below.
There is currently no known correlation.
Understood.
Agree.
You mentioned that they form swarms. What is the behavior of a swarm? And the range of numbers?
Locusts, hundreds. However, that is only in the case of a swarm. They do not typically build into swarms. The swarms that were documented at Braden were due to following the Flame Sovereign. Asher.
You said they had tremor sense, which means they have some sensitivity to pressure. Does any sonic attack or pressure tempo utilization of pressure would harm them significantly or disorient them?
Yes. It has to be significant.
Celestia. End up.
Yes. Celestia.
You said they move kind of fast. How well balanced are they? How easy are they to trip?
In comparison to other Magibeasts, they are not well balanced because of how heavy their top carapace is. However, due to the shape of their hips and their wide stance naturally, toppling one is still difficult. As one last note, actually, Cyrus.
Sorry. Are any of them venomous, or any venomous variants, given that they're insectoid in nature?
Typically, no. At least one has not been documented or observed thus far. Lastly, they are resistant to almost all forms of slashing and piercing. Additionally, they are resistant to all earth magic. From what you know of this Magibeast, how would you defeat them? Lunali.
Given that it is most heavily defended from the front, and that it charges the first thing it sees, allowing its body to propel it forward and then attack it before it can easily turn around would expose its less armored sides on the back before it can change.
Yes, and as Talia mentioned, it has several weak points, which mostly include the eyes, the inside of the mouth, the joints, and directly under the large carapace. However, even though these are weak points, they are still durable. Hickory.
The ideal time to strike would probably be while it is in the air, with elemental blasts that are not earth or piercing. Gouts of fire, blasts of water, and so on.
Correct. The best way to deal with these magibeasts is typically through casters. One strategy that is utilized is having tanks and fighters try to corral as many of them as possible into a single area so that the caster can destroy them all at once. Typically, there will be a large amount of these, so wasting a cast on a single one can be disastrous. Bailey.
Is it susceptible to having its limbs and head ripped off?
Yes.
Good.
Though if you mean through tearing pressure, it will be difficult. While the inside is soft, the vast majority of its armored shell is interconnected to itself. Leon.
When you say it's resistant to piercing, does that include things like my pile bunker, which was designed for armor?
It does not. Armor piercing is actually one of the best non-casting ways to deal with this.
Oh, nice.
Tools like that, and drills.
Armor, like the teeth on my chainsaw. Would they be effective too?
Possibly. If you can shred parts of its shell away. Armored piercing and bludgeoning, crushing it, are typically one of the best ways to deal with this without resolving to casting. Mira.
How durable is the hide underneath its wings? As well as how durable are its wings?
Its wings carry the natural resistance to damage that all magibeasts have. However, in comparison to the rest of its body, it's vulnerable. And if you have the chance to ground it, I would take it. They can easily overwhelm Warden squads. Not through power, but sheer number, coming from both below and above. Are there any further questions about this magibeast?
Yes.
Hickory.
Is there any part of it we can cripple to distort its tremor sense? I do not see antenna.
Its legs. It primarily uses legs for tremor sense.
Noted.
However, at that point, you would also just have the opportunity to kill it. Turn into a vulture jelly.
Oh.
Like the sweet?
Oh, fuck this thing. Oh, fuck.
I hate it.
Not this. No.
I've only heard about this one.
I hated those
Jellyfish in
integrated.
nature. They can range anywhere from slightly smaller to human size. Typically, they are water-aligned magibeasts, capable of both hovering and flight soundlessly. Primarily, they use sound instead of sight to hunt. They are not entirely blind. but they have poor eyesight. From what you can see and what you know, tell me its behaviors and strengths. Axel.
I would assume since it's a jelly, since it looks like a creature that floats, it is a silent hunter that generally tries to sneak up, most likely from elevation, to be able to entangle or maybe sting those from above.
They are barbs.
Correct. Each one of its tendrils carry a paralytic. Upon touching you, you will begin to lose control of your body. You will freeze in place. It will then wrap around you and begin to digest you. However, it takes a couple seconds before it actually begins to digest you, and it does not actually target your throat. For these, you are going to need heavy communication. You will most likely need to be saved by another. Yes.
It looks like it moves itself through propulsion. Could be pretty fast. And if it's silent and deadly, you know.
Yes. They typically will fly above. They can move quickly, but typically they meander. They will gather above you, and they will wait until you are engaged with another Magibeast to descend. Hickory.
Is the paralytic that it inflicts, are the other Magibeasts that we've seen so far susceptible to it? And is it biological in nature?
Some, but not all. Yes. I don't believe it'll affect you.
Understood. The digestion, however.
Leon.
Sorry, did you say they hunt in packs or are they on their own, usually?
They do hunt in packs. However, additionally, they typically hover around packs of Magibeasts of other types, ones that will engage you more in the front.
Oh.
They will hover above you until you are distracted and fighting, and then they will wrap around you.
Oh, great. Yep.
And typically, the other Magibeast will not stop and will gore you where you stand.
Oh, opportunity hunting, right?
Meaning it sounds like it's more up to supports and gunners to point them out or take them out before that happens.
Or casters.
It might be too much if it's just one of them.
Are there any known cures for its paralytic?
Its paralytic quickly fades after it is removed from your body. It's very fast acting. However, as the counter for being fast acting, it also gets processed very quickly.
So basically, don't let it get a hold of you.
Yes, if you can get out of its hold, you can typically regain control of your body within 45 seconds to a minute.
And don't be alone.
Absolutely do not be alone. Additionally, the fact that you will constantly need to be aware of your surroundings and looking up for the possibility of them being around can also have you distracted during your actual engagements with other Magibeasts. This can also cause you to lose. Talia.
You mentioned it being a more like water attuned beast? Does it do anything other than the paralytics, or is that the main thing that it does?
It does not. However, it is completely immune to all water-based attacks, and it is resistant to fire.
Understood.
From what you know, or Dickory,
Please proceed.
I was going to move on to the next section. You still have questions, you and Celestia.
It was more a weakness question, so I can hold it for the next segment.
Is that the same for you, Celestia?
Mine was related to its strength against water, so you answered it. Thank you.
From what you know, how would you defeat this? Lunali.
Given that it primarily sees via sound and has poor eyesight, if one could bait it into an unfavorable position if they are somewhere with poor visibility and making a sound away from where their squad is to bring it down lower.
Yes. Other than being opportunistic, they are not very intelligent. Scout, then Dickory.
Maybe
there's a tiny one.
Orphanage friends to fight them because they won't be susceptible to the
You're right. Yes. Typically, outside of the classes, Warforged have the easiest time with this one. It tends to wrap completely around the individual it's gotten a hold of. Even wearing armor typically is not enough.
It's a tiny person. Oh, towel.
So you're saying
It simply needs
Warforged
some
are
form of exposed
immune?
skin. Yes. Its paralytic is biological.
We have no flesh. Not true flesh.
True.
I have a question mostly about this one. Are the small ones just as dangerous?
Yes.
paralytic.
However, they cannot paralyze your entire body. Only the part that they are wrapped around and down. However, I have seen these wrap around someone's neck.
That'll do it.
They were frozen in place and ripped apart. Asher.
Are there any elemental vulnerabilities like lightning, since you said they're water-based?
Not typically. It's more that they're resistant to fire and immune to water. Of the rest of the elements, they're about equal. Isaac.
When it comes to weakening them or slowing them down, is there any benefit to slashing or piercing this upper part here? Does that reduce their speed?
Freeze in place. Typically, there is a core, generally kept in the center of their cap. It's difficult to see, however, if destroyed, they will dissolve immediately. They are completely immune to bludgeoning unless you can somehow manage to crack that core inside. Slashing is slightly more effective in that you can remove its tendrils. However, piercing is typically the best, and generally, these Magibeasts are a job for gunners, and any casters that can emulate a gunner's abilities. Celestia.
Their tentacles, you mentioned that they have venom in them. Does vinegar work on them like with real jellyfish? Can that get them to stop stinging?
Has not been tested. Generally, the paralytic washes out of the biology very quickly.
Okay, thank you.
I agree.
How much strength would my sister and I need to use to tear it apart if we drew it in? Starting from the digestive tendrils, or the cap.
You should have enough strength.
Understood.
Would
Yes, Milo.
would severing the tentacles be efficient if I could do it in one slash? If necessary.
Yes. If you can
Will
remove
his blades be
all of its
effective?
tendrils. You might have more difficulty. They're resistant to all fire. Asher, then Rue.
You said that the venom gets processed very quickly. Is that
Yes.
even more quickly for people who have a increased metabolism or regeneration of some kind?
Theoretically, yes. However, it has not been tested due to how fast it already passes for a normal metabolism. I would say, anatomically, the vast majority of its paralytic affects the muscles directly, not so much related to the metabolism, which is more about passing through various materials through the inner organs. Rue.
Has the paralytic ever been salvaged before? Able to be used elsewhere? I know they kind of go away when they're gone, but...
They are not toys.
We should only hope they are that small. They will be easy to kill.
Okay.
It has never lasted inside a warden long enough to be tested.
Okay.
And upon death, it dissolves. Yes.
What about keeping it alive long enough to siphon it? Like nailing it to a wall?
It can be done. However, it's not been a priority. It has not been tested. Generally, the best strategy for dealing with these is to constantly stay aware and look up. Gunners should be ready to deal with these above all other magibeasts. They are the best equipped. If you can remove a large amount of them from afar, do so. If you can separate them from other magibeasts, do so. If you cannot, their weakest moment is when they begin to descend. Their tendrils spread out so that they can wrap around you, which gives you almost a perfect shot at their core. Are there any further questions about this magibeast?
We should be able to pierce from below then.
Switch into a pyroclaw.
What in the hells is that?
It's cute.
Freaky thing.
Okay, not anymore.
They are
I see how it hunts.
bipedal,
Superheating?
fire aligned.
retractable claws.
Jagged too.
Claws look heated as well. That will cut through flesh very easily.
Burns and cuts both.
Plus they're a bunch smaller, so they'd be cutting the lower leg. Immobilizing people very quickly. And then once you're on the ground, that's it.
The split jaw likely can wrap around limbs. Pull people to the
More
floor.
than likely.
They are just low enough to also get the back of calves of organics.
No.
Make them fall.
These are ambush predators, and they will typically hide in nooks, crannies, shadows, around corners, and will jump out to attempt to rend you. Their skin makes them resistant to slashing. Piercing and strong enough bludgeoning will kill them.
The tail seems to be restless. Is that a good visual cue to search for?
If it's foolish enough to leave it visible, yes. Rue.
Is the tail a stinger? Looks like one.
Not typically a stinger. However, there's a significant amount of heat coming out of that at the base of their tail. The end, not the base. I misspoke.
Looks more like a heated club to me.
Yes. You can expect second-degree burns from having that impact your skin. Yes, Diggory.
Does that carry over to all of the red striping? The vents in the skin?
Yes, it does.
So that would be the throat as well.
Included its heated claws. Asher.
The tail susceptible, outside of the red parts obviously, the tail susceptible to being grabbed to control the beast of it.
Yes. However, if you look at the way its body is formed, it has incredibly strong pushing power. Unless you have a significant anchor, it will simply pull you. They are fast. Yes. Agree.
Do they also operate
Very
with
fast
tactics like the raptors?
Yes, but only somewhat. Typically, they will attempt to hide themselves to ambush. When exposed, they will begin acting with pack tactics if there are multiple of them. Otherwise,
Always
they will
expect more
engage
than one.
alone. Yes. Rue.
You said that, they're fire. Cutting, like, say you slash them and you were able to get, you know, does their blood do any damage? Is it just as hot?
Their blood is heated, yes. It begins to cool rapidly on exposure to air.
Oh, okay. So ranged. Probably best against them.
Typically. However, you can deal with them in melee. It's simply a matter of not letting them bleed on you. Not directly. And do not plunge any part of you into their body.
So long, Gay Bowser.
It gets hotter the farther you go. Degree.
Is there any venomous or sensory purpose to their tongues constantly being flicked out?
Sensory. It's primarily how they hunt. It's far better than their eyesight.
Rip it out.
So, sorry. If it's scent based, does that mean there's not really any way to hide from them?
Not really. Typically, you just need to be ready to be ambushed.
Always expect you're not alone.
In Vanderhall, it is primarily your behavior while you engage with Magibeast that will keep you alive. The jellyfish will kill you unless you are constantly looking up frequently, or you have someone designated to look for them. If you are not ready for an ambush, these will decimate you.
If you split
Our
apart,
primary
the rapids will get you.
advantage. Our primary advantage over Magibeasts is our ability to characterize their behavior and plan against it, and adapt to it. With what you know, how would your squad respond to these? Evan.
A tank with a shield would be very good against blocking it, assuming that they have a shield, of course. People that utilize reach weapons that have a little bit more of a pull to them, will be able to use in closer range without getting blood on them. I assume water has a greater effect on these, judging by most of their heat, at the very least. Might cause some extra harm to them. And range, of course, would probably be good at longer range if they are able to get to them before they get into close combat.
With
Careful.
a bit of a question is, because they're so heated, if their bodies are quickly cooled, does that affect their movement?
They will grow sluggish. They operate best at the heat that they're under. If cooled, they will begin to slow down.
So is the side of their chests weaker due to all the ventilation? It looks like it puffs out of it.
It is. Freeze. However, attempting to actually impact this area is difficult. They're currently moving slower than they actually will in Vanderhall. However, it's still possible to pierce and to bludgeon and crush its ribs. Agree.
Are they resistant to fire? Would it be possible to heat them up more than their body can handle?
Yes. They are resistant to fire, but they are not immune. They are weak to water and ice. Anything that will cool them or overheat them. Everything else is typical. Are there any more questions about this Magibeast? Agree.
Is there an area of its body that we should target for a core disruption?
Typically, the ribs. The vast majority of its heat is kept there. It cools slightly it gets to the limbs, however. When it gets to the claws, it heats back up again.
Its arms are in the front. It'd be hard to get a frontal attack.
Rue.
Their teeth. How strong is that bite? It seems like it would shred somebody's skin easily.
While weaker than the Terra Shriekers, it is still significant. And the fact that it's able to move its jaw independently in multiple directions. While clenching down, it will begin to oscillate and try to chew.
Lovely.
Similar to a saw. Evan.
I noticed that its fists seem darker, almost like they've been tempered. Even without the claws, the fire claws of these things' hands, they're obviously dangerous, but is it safe to say that they're stronger than most metals?
Yes. Their claws can rend through metal. However, typically they won't actually use their arms to block. They will simply keep attacking. I believe we can end it here. End simulation.
Wow.
There are more. This is all I could fit for today's lesson. Part 2 of this lesson will be next week.
Understood.
Good to know.
There are no further questions. You were all dismissed.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
sir.
By the way, students, I'm going to be flying around a bigger version of my little friends here today, so please do not shoot at them. They're not a matter beast. They'll be black and white.
Noted.
Good to know.
I will be available to answer any questions.
Apologies, I did not hear you the first time.
It's okay.
Go ahead.
What do you think?
They can take it.
Why is it called a jellyfish if it doesn't look like a fish?
Fire and slashing resistant.
Good question. There's a lot of things. I think there was what's it called?
Kinda cute.
Misnomer? Misnomer? Yes. Sometimes people name things wrong on purpose, but I'm not quite sure that that's
From what
why
they
that
said.
was what happened. I think they were called
I think if they're small enough, you can just slap them away.
I think they
You know?
expanded, like how they
Slap and
define
squish it.
fish later.
I can't,
after
but
they
you
got
can.
back
You
to
have boots.
understand, like creatures like the jellyfish a bit more.
Leon and Milo as my team.
I don't think we'll see a lot of little ones though. I suspect we're going to be getting lots of the big ones.
You should see how,
And I would like for you to oversee it.
in
since
particular, animal scientists sort of get at each other's throats over finches.
Lunali,
The finches.
Review our research early.
That's when knives come out.
your arm, does it
Even
shoot?
starts to speak up for himself when it comes to that kind of thing.
It's light-based, right?
Not like this, but...
Oh, I do want to ask Professor Raggy one quick question.
Oh, what's the distance on that?
Not make it
Pretty far.
Just making a break for it.
the most part, it's anywhere I can see.
It can hold. It is not critical. I was curious about the calculation.
Is it a bullet, slug, or more of a shotgun shot?
It was more of like a,
I don't... Technically, your life is not in danger, so... If you can use it just to kind of knock someone away, that'd be better.
Oh, so more,
Yeah, besides...
like a slug then.
You were next to me, are you okay?
That's what a slug is. It's basically a shotgun-sized bullet.
I'm nervous about using these against people.
Alright. Where did the professor go?
The
Professor just ran off. Oh, shit.
You'll be overwatching.
Where?
Should be fine.
Oh, I just wanted to say hi again. It's been a while since I've seen him.
Besides, if something does happen, medical's right down the hall. We're in the best possible place to do that.
Yeah? They're gonna go up into the...
There's something I need to get started on.
Oh, alright. I gotta drop off my gun.
Okay. Professor.
Yes?
I'm gonna be up in the... I got the requisition for the material that I was wanting, and I finished up the rooms yesterday on the core.
Oh!
So I'll probably be up...
Congratulations!
Initial inscription, and seeing if anything happens, but it'll probably take a bit before it's actually ready to, test anything further on those quartz. But if anybody goes up there, just cause it is light-based, they may want to. I'll be towards the back, but if they go over there, they should have some eye protection in case it gets bright.
Yes, please. Take all the necessary precautions.
You doing alright?
Ouch!
I also had a question regarding some suggestions.
Sure, go ahead.
Hi.
Is it time?
Yep. I'm up in
All
the engineering lab.
Alright, I'm on my way.
Alright.
Does this match? I think, yeah. Alright. Reference is the same. Stroke there, stroke there. Make it so. Alright.
Very well, DM present.
Alright. So she finished the rune design and had been testing it with the arms to understand that it works the way she's expecting. So she's got pretty heavy eye protection on, just with like some like tinting, I think the best way to, like, not like a full-on like welding mask, but like the thing that like protects her eyes, basically, in case like, it flashes. And she's kind of picked a piece that is a bit more rounded to kind of mimic the surface of the core, at least where she's doing it. And she has Eat Rune. She's going to start slowly etching the design into it and taking note of if it reacts any way differently than when it was done on the core.
Actually, one moment. I got something that can do it better, more visually.
Oh. Not sure if I like that.
As you're carving the runes, you're definitely gonna notice that there's gonna be some very, very light reaction to them. As a little gleam will be coming around in the areas where you're marking start slowly to glow. This is not a permanent glow, as after you're done carving the rune, it will stop glowing.
So the act of etching it causes the elemental breakdown as well. Good to know. Let's see. It does seem to fade. I suppose that could be a good thing. If it remains stable after it's finished. Get that finished. For stabilizing the effect. Make sure it doesn't overdo it on the intended target. And let's see.
How good would you say Lunali is carving?
She is a jeweler by trade, as her main, I guess, non-warden hobby. So she is basically probably one of the best candidates to be doing engraving or otherwise working with crystals or gems.
Doesn't matter. I got a nat 20 anyways.
Understood.
There will be no bad reactions to the carving into the quartz. As you will notice, each rune will be taking its shape. Will have a light glow on them and then they will fade. As of now, you have a quartz with the rune markings on them.
Will she need to let it like rest like this for a bit before trying to do the other part of that test?
She would consider the string on this material would be a little bit more delicate and fragile in comparison to a core. So letting the runes settle into the material will be its first priority. As of now, this will be all that you can do today.
Okay, I just wanted to check. Just for comparison's sake. Nearly identical. Just need to give it the time to settle in. Let the magic resettle within the material like it does for the core. No explosions, though. I consider that a win. To make notes of that. Should make sure to let Marcus know he wanted to see this too. That'll be all. Thank you.
No problem.
Hello, instructor.
To keep this nearby to keep an eye on it, but otherwise, it's turned out pretty good.
Understand.
Likely later in the day.
No problems. I do also want to talk to Reginald.
Bigger than it was.
She's a tank. It's not gonna be so easy.
We are not fighting Leon.
You're right.
You continue until you yield or you are unconscious.
Yeah, they're doing a 3v3.
Understood.
Yeah, give you more actual practice.
Heavy hit to Sebi there.
Good morning, instructor.
Yes, Talia.
More.
Have I missed
Less of a
much
hard
in
time
these
fighting,
spars?
more of a, not trying to dodge heated.
Even in engagements like this, you need to be aware of what all of your team is doing.
Milo and Uriel were sparring and
Oh, now it's just a cluster.
he yielded to Milo. Other than that, Sevi has gone full feral.
Hi, Dusk. He's already been tended to. He's okay.
I had gone away. I had started the first phase of the
Next
test that I had detailed.
If you cannot continue, Leon, you need to say you yield. Use your speed.
So far,
Yes.
it appears to
Attack
be
those
working
who do not see
relatively
coming.
favorably.
Milo is slower than you.
The runes are
Use that
effectively
slowness to your advantage.
seem
Keep him
to
at
have
a
taken
distance while
without any
you.
ill
I think you're
effects.
done.
Almost an exact copy of what's on the core.
Right.
It did seem to make it result in
That's the fun part
the
of
reaction
a team.
that the
If you're not a good
corpse
matchup
has when
against
it
one
is
person, you guys always have the ability to switch it up
stimulated,
too.
which is glowing, but it did not seem
I was
to
nowhere if we were going to be doing switching
become
out.
excessive or otherwise become unstable as a result of you.
And that can be part of the tactic if they don't know it can be possible.
Good.
The glowing's already faded.
I'm happy
but
to. Mm-mm.
now that it is there, I'm gonna let it settle for approximately a week to allow, if it is properly reorganizing the mana within the material like it would for the core.
So it looks like Marcus has got.
I'm very interested to see if it works. Right.
Next week I'll be testing it to see if it causing it to fully react will be properly ordered by the runes.
Milo is out!
But otherwise, I believe it is a favorable direction.
I'll be okay.
It is likely more difficult to
You're
do
looking.
this.
Wait here.
If you were to miscarve it, it would probably cause all of the mana within to react immediately. So it's probably not the easiest thing to do.
I'm betting that was something that was tapping more into mana than he realized.
Yeah, so it's not a large scale solution, but in a niche situation, definitely.
If it works, those who are particularly skilled with engravements would be able to make these as ways to have effectively more supplies on hand without having to strain themselves. That is a help, at least.
Do you wish to continue?
Oh, guess. Dawn?
Yes, that would be very useful.
I'll bring this back for now, but I wanted to let you know the favorable outcome thus far.
Yes.
Are you alright, Lara?
Or maybe not.
If all of you are ready.
Come here, come on. You okay, Milo?
3, 2, 1. Continue.
Hey Chrono, Neva, I will be ready in a few minutes, if you two are.
Okay, understood. Do you want us to just respawn and then we all meet up back there?
Yeah, once I get Lunali back to the dorms, just so people see that she went that direction, I'll be respawning and I'll switch.
Do you two got this, or?
Yeah, no, this is something that we were already planning. We'll probably move down to, say, probably one of the NPC chats.
Yeah.
Copy.
Okay.
quite a neat thing.
I'm going up to my room.
You can take your cup back. I'm not gonna drink all of it.
Oh. You're not gonna drink it all? No? Okay.
You gonna stay up there or come back down, Lunali?
I'll be staying up there for a bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the notes on what I just did.
And what you just did? Oh.
Favorable
Alright.
results so far.
Just reset the avatar just in case.
Alright.
Oh wait, I need to make sure I have the headphones. There we go.
Alright, is everything good
Okay.
over here? Do I have my voice remembered? I think it was around here or something like that.
It was. I believe my voice was somewhere around here as well. It was more closer to my echo voice than anything.
Yeah, oh shit. Why did I do that? I opened my overlay and now it's on the freeze frame thing. Ugh. Chat, help me. Help. Oh. Oh, the pain. Ah. Oh, it hurts. Fuck. Ah. Where the fuck is SteveVR? Where is it? SteveVR, please! Oh, everything's broken. Oh, it's overloading the computer. Memory leak, crash? Wait, can I get it? Can I get it? Can I shut it off? Get me out, let me out, please. Stop the program. Turn it off. Turn it off! Yes, turn it off. Turn off the program. Oh god, help. Oh, it hurts. Wait, can I turn it off? Will you let me? Please? Oh, for God's sake, please, just turn off the fucking pro. Yes, turn it off. Turn it off. Turn off the Steam VR. Turn it off. So God help me. Yes, I don't care. Just shut it off. My shit is breaking. Ugh. Close the program. Please. Did I get it? Am I free? Am I free? Holy shit. Fuck. Did I get it? Okay. Sorry, opening the overlay caused me to fucking explode. I finally got Steam VR turned off. I'm coming back.
Okay, yeah, that's what I assumed had happened because we were like,
yeah, we figured.
We're frozen. Something exploded. Take your time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy shit, that was terrifying. I thought it was the worst the stars moment I've ever had. It's alright. I think some sort of like memory leak just happened or something, or like hard crash a GPU because it locked up my entire fucking computer.
Yeah, it happened to me earlier to where like I opened up something and I'm like everything imploded. So I had to like restart everything.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, I was persistent enough to get it closed. Because last time that happened, I think I had to like full restart my computer.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, at least it's
back,
closed.
we can start.
Yeah, take your time. I assume we're going to be going to the station, and we're going to be starting from the station.
Yes.
Because that's the train. So
We will be coming in from the station. We'll have just been arriving from the, I guess, train from whatever caravan.
now here's one quick question I have for you: would you have taken him out of the city before in the past few months?
This is probably the first time that they've gone somewhere together.
Okay, fun. That means this is his first time leaving Runewald proper. Okay.
Yeah, because any of the times that he's gone to Reinhold in the past, since everything happened, has been for official business.
Yeah,
And
this is more.
I mean, there is an official reason for him coming to visit, but he like it's not as formal this time because he doesn't really want to draw attention to it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But, the times that he's gone before wouldn't be, like, you know, secret or anything. Like,
Yeah.
they're in pretty good contact with each other.
I was mostly asking for Elijah's sake, because this is his first time leaving, that means.
Oh, yeah.
Little orphan boy.
Understandable. Yeah, it'll be fun. We're going to a festival. Nothing will happen.
Nothing has ever happened.
The unfortunate part is now that time is unsynced for me, I think. Assuming it, because I think it's brighter in here.
It should be like the afternoon-ish time.
It just turned towards like evening when I was leaving the school.
No, it's sunset.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, we went past afternoon. We're in sunset.
Yeah. Either way, I am ready now. Yeah, can you hit the sunset button for me?
yeah.
So evening.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 second.
Evening, yes.
Just make sure it's
Thank you,
synced.
Witch.
Thank you. All right. Okay. Yeah. Reinhold.
Probably the
I think
Reinhold
Station Street.
Street station.
All right. Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
3, 2.
All right.
Go. And here we are.
Yeah, it's a lot more open.
I'm sure that the others will be
Bigger?
I'm sure the others back at Runewald will be able to deal without you there for a while. I'd be correct in that, yes?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd hope.
They should manage.
I haven't really worked with any of the others for a while.
Yes. We're here for the festival primarily, but there is at least the room for leisure. A bit of work, perhaps. I have some words to have with our mutual friend here. I wonder if he is around, actually. But yes, you two do not need to stay with me the whole time. You are, of course, free to, Elijah. I know this is your first time out of the city proper in some time.
You put on the uniform.
But yes.
Of course, get a chance.
I mean, more like
get
first
a
time out
chance
of
to meet
Grunwald
the
in
locals.
general, so.
Feel free to go about your time. Enjoy the city. It's a wonderful place. Last time I visited, they'll probably give you less.
I'll try to.
Ah, General Lazarus.
So I also
Good
want
to
to
see
see
you.
Simon since he's supposedly been here.
Hello, dear friend. It has been a minute. How have you been?
No idea.
It has. Things have been quite busy back at Runewald, but not much.
I
to
could
say about
imagine.
Everything else. But I felt
I'm
I
assuming
could-
you're here for the festival.
Yes, it's been a while since I've gotten a chance to really break away from that, and I figured, what better chance to get an excuse to let some of the council work go to the others of the city, and also pay a visit to dear Valdris. I've been meaning to catch up with him on some things.
I'm sure he'll be ecstatic with your arrival. I can't go on campus, so I can't walk you there personally, but if you wish to enter, I'm sure he'd allow you to.
Good. That's real good.
Do you know if Simon, the researcher from Runewald, was over there as well?
Oh
You don't mind me
yes,
asking?
my old subordinate.
I didn't hear the question.
I do not. Unless I am unfamiliar with the name, then I.
Well, unless he
apologize,
got fired in the last time that I was with them, which was back in Lindell.
The
so it's
one
been a
that works
few
under
months.
Palace, sir.
Do you need any assistance?
Under which?
Well,
Should-
seeing as you're
oh,
not
that'll
saying
probably be
anything
likely where
in
he
the...
is.
Also, you all do not need to be
Oh,
quite
yes,
so
yes,
formal
yes.
with me. I am no captain
Oh.
or anything. I am here
Maybe not,
simply as
but
my
you deserve the respect.
Fair enough.
The respect is still deserved and earned. So, I'd like to humbly welcome you back home. And I hope you enjoy your time here.
I appreciate it.
My name's Audrey.
Of course. And if there's anything I can do to help you, please say the word.
Well, I'll take a bit of a stroll then, see if I can run into... Actually... Where is he? Oh, he already saw them. Beat me to it. I'm gonna go say hi to the boy.
Give me a moment.
Simon, my boy.
It feels like
I see you're doing well.
Have you been making friends here?
The festival and everything.
People are coming from
Trying. Various cities around.
Simon, my boy.
Director, sir.
Are you doing well here?
It's normal.
I haven't had a chance to check up with you in a while.
How's the things just informing?
I've been managing. Sir.
Sorry about the trouble, if I almost ran into you.
A little bit excited, are we, Elijah?
It's been a few months since you know, what was his name again? He ended up disappearing, and then you left. I was left with the mech nerd.
Oh, come on. She's not that bad to work with.
She's obsessive over her babies.
And easily placated, too. For the very same reason.
I'll give you that.
You just have to give her a little bit of leeway to play with her toys, and she's perfectly fine. Anyways, I would love to catch up with you, but I'm going to go a bit towards the building, see if I can't catch sight of a few dear friends of mine here. Either the
Good luck.
The delegation that was sent to the city prior, or catching up with Valdris himself.
Don't worry too much. We're more here for the festival.
Of course. Miss Verona, is that you? It has been a while. Oh dear, I believe she's having a bit of a headache. Unfortunate. I'll give her a moment. Oh. never mind. Seems I'm not the only one who has to deal with the flux sometimes. Well, here we are. I wonder if they are still open to guests like they were the last time. Probably not. Things do take it out of people. I'm curious why Lazarus wasn't allowed in of all people. Last I checked, he was a rather respectable individual. Well, it would be rude to just let myself in. This isn't my city. Perhaps I will ask one of the people here to convey a message forward. That would be the polite way to handle this. Festival of the Spirits. When was the last time I actually got to see one of these for myself? Let's see. You're one of the candidates, yes? Tell
correct.
me, do they welcome visitors up at the building these days? The school.
Which building? You mean the school?
Yes.
I would say no. Not at the moment, unless given permission by Valdez himself, I assume.
Well, seeing as then I am but a guest in this city, would you mind seeing if he is about and inform him that Alexei has come to visit? I was liking to catch up with him.
Alexei, if I see him, sure. Don't know where he is, but
well, if he is
I'm sure
inside,
someone else out.
well, if he is inside the school building, I will not be able to check. Otherwise, if he's about anywhere else, I might be able to find him. But
are you looking for vouchers or just anyone? Oh, there's.
Well, preferably Valdris. He and I have some things that we need to discuss, but
We have the Warden General here.
What?
It's something specific to him. So, I'm afraid no one else will do.
Look out. If I see him, I see him. If I don't, I'm sorry.
Not that I would
More than
not
likely
enjoy
he's-
catching up with you, but well.
Do not worry, I understand how business is. And I know Valdris is a very busy man. So I do not blame you for wishing no discussion.
Yes. As much as I would
am not
like to
sure.
come visit the facility myself, last I heard, he said he installed some of the keep technology into the school now.
He has, yes. I saw it for a little bit myself.
I really want to know how the data that they've been given has been treating them.
Well, it's been constant with the updates. We've been getting a lot of extra things.
Oh, completely fair. But
Scouting has been a very big deal recently, especially with their upcoming.
Given the given the proximity that the current migration path is to the city, it does not surprise me.
Okay, I've checked.
And well. The reasons that they are going there are quite important, after all.
Oh, I am aware, yes. I have a team that will be on standby when they are doing their departure, just in case. If I am requested to deploy, then I will be having my team sent out. Speaking of, there is one of the Wardens currently in front of me.
I suppose there's a part of me that says I hope you get an opportunity to have fun, but ideally, in a perfect world, you would be bored out of your mind.
True.
I would be excited to find out either way the results of everything.
That's quick.
Well, I do have some reports, so if you wish to see some of them, I would be happy to show you.
I've gotten a bit of data here and there from both occasional correspondences with Mr. Alphin, but also that general region has been under watch by the Calamity Research Initiative for
I believe you will not be waiting much longer.
at least the past few months. So, at least after the subjugation was completed, the area became safe. Also, Miss Verona,
it still worries
good to see you again. I haven't gotten a
Lovely
chance.
to see you as well. How are you?
I'm good. Hopefully I can be here without as many requests like the last time. None of them for you though, but the other council members were quite insistent.
Oh, they are very insistent, so I understand what you mean.
I mean,
they,
I
have
can't blame
strong
them.
opinions.
I can't blame them for trying, but my duty is to Moonwald as yours is to rival.
No, of course, I understand.
Oh, we met earlier.
Actually meet you.
Yeah, good to see you again, miss. Come on over, let's go
I was merely
grab a drink and...
Yes. I've gotten a chance to actually get away from official business for once to be able to enjoy the festival. Which maybe...
Very nice. It's good to get away a few times.
If you are not familiar, this is Alexei, Reaper of the Timeways. A very highly respected
Hello.
man.
Hi, how are you both doing?
Good day.
Very capable.
Very well.
Better than ever.
Oh.
They were...
Thanks for that, Master. Have a good day, then. Oh. I see.
Yes. They also were there before your arrival.
Some of the best news we've heard for a very long time.
Oh?
Yes.
They dropped off the cube?
Well, wait, what?
Would you like to share?
Not exactly.
Oh, not the keep itself. No, I don't know if you would be able to lift that giant
The keep
thing.
was not my creation, that was more the efforts of your staff. I just supplied them with
not
all
even
of the
mine.
encounter
Vultus's more than mine.
most of the encounter data. There was that individual from the other city that helped, but...
I did not
Well, they were asking if you brought the keep, but
No.
it was already in its finished stages.
No.
I was mentioning you were dropping off the data for them prepared.
I just populated it with all the years of experience inside the Beast Wardens. Very easy to get that data when you just raise them in the city proper, but we stopped doing that.
I can imagine.
Oh, that sounds terrifying. Informative, but terrifying.
It is, but when you have people who have trained specifically to deal with it, it is safer than you would imagine. But
That's actually
given the
interesting to hear.
given the activity that had happened there a while back with some of the unrest in the city, it was deemed that it could be a bit unsafe, and so I shut the project down. I've replaced it since then, but there are some people that are still understandably a little bored. They were more fond of the...
How is the city recovered with the people?
Oh, they are quite fine. There was no lasting damage from any of that activity that occurred with the Raiden League attacking, but some of the WCA's staff were quite instrumental in dismantling that effort. So I appreciate their assistance while they were there.
He didn't say that they were in trouble.
Vultures has a very good heart, and likewise with his staff.
Oh, I believe it. We've had some great conversations over the last year, I suppose. We never really had much reason to talk prior, but as things would come, we are now practically the closest of friends, confidants, you name it.
Well, I'd like to hope I'm closer with him than you are, but that's just personal. Do not worry. He's a close friend, very dear. I've known him for a while. Actually,
yes.
I have a question for you regarding the.
I may have an answer for you.
When you were in the academy, did you start with your chosen weapon? Of now, I mean.
Well, for what equivalent of an academy that it was, I always did work with the scythe, yes. It wasn't here, though. That was a different walk of life.
Oh, I understand. I've gone through 3 myself. But I would be very interested to see how you work in terms of combat capability. Not today, of course. I'm just curious.
I mean, I would be welcome
I also
to
double
the
my curiosity.
I would be welcome to the opportunity, although you would have to forgive me for having to restrain myself a little bit.
I understand.
At least one of
I do not blame you.
At least one of my cores would be one that I would probably not use outright. I'm sure you can guess which one.
I can, yes.
I've seen its effects on living things. I do not want to resort to it unless absolutely necessary.
And thankfully, because I would hope none of our Wardens that can at least provide a challenge to you, would never be trying to kill you. So you should never be pushed to that deserting state.
Yes, the only people that have a desire to kill me are the ones that want me to go back to them, basically. I have no intention of going back there, though. But
I could imagine.
I certainly would not mind a bit of derusting. I haven't gotten a good chance to really...
May I ask a quick few questions? Sorry.
I suppose I can answer some. Evan.
One of the candidates. Support.
Alexei Vaniseri, Warden Director of the Runewald Institute of Research, and as he already said, titled Warden, the Reaper of Time.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I usually try and ask a couple of questions to any of the passing Wardens. I've tried my best to get to know all of the Wardens here in Reinhold.
Fair enough.
This festival is an opportunity. Just some simple ones.
A wise move,
I know...
given the limited time.
Yeah, it's best to try and learn from wherever I can. What classes are you? And what are your cores, if you can share that? Or do you have something in specific?
Primarily, the role that I had used for a long while is fighter, but I do carry one support core on me as well for self-augmentation to a degree, outside of ways that fighter does not really allow. My scythe carries 2 cores, one of dark and one of time, which is where my namesake comes from. The third, which is the support, is actually this ring.
Never noticed that.
It is also of dark affinity, so I possess two dark cores, 1 time, all of it tuned for, well, some are tuned much longer than others, but yes. The dark core is what I started with. This one in particular was one I attained during my time as a researcher. I am a researcher of many disciplines, but my favorite has always been the study of core properties, especially those of rare types. The time core came from, I guess, a light out of an otherwise terrible situation. It was paid for in blood. I will say that much.
As most cores are, especially extra ones, from what I've heard.
But it did prove a theory, so it was not for without benefit to the world.
Gotta look at the light at the end of every tunnel. It's best to look at it that way.
Duly agreed. I'm glad we are on the same page in that regard. Anything else?
Definitely. Actually, if you do study the properties, maybe over the week can we go over some extra properties of lightning that I might not be thinking of?
I would have to gather a bit of my research notes. I admit my interests are much more heavily directed towards the esoteric than the ones that have been more readily studied, but in the process of doing so, there has been quite a bit of exposure to the basic elements. I'm sure that we can find something. I will be here for at least a time. Probably might be pushing it if I stay to the very end of the festival, but I haven't gotten a proper break in a while. I'm sure the council can... what do they say these days? Suck it up.
That would be what they
Geld
say.
can handle it himself for a while. I'm sure he's more than capable.
The last question I have, and I'd like to preface this one by saying I'm not demanding anything. I know everyone has their secrets with this, so I'm more than happy with not reviewing anything, but we are studying runes, and rune crafting and spell crafting are currently things that I'm struggling with.
They've gotten you started on coding, I take it?
Yep. You'd have any that you would be allowed to share with me.
Well, as you can probably imagine, dealing with a magic that as far as we are aware, there is no other wielder of it within the cities that are on good terms with us. There is not much in the way of readily available material, so one has to experiment a little bit. And to that end, every single rune that I work with is one that I have personally made for myself through trial and error modifications. I'm not sure if any of them will necessarily help you as easily as you are a lightning user, but that depends. What sort of runes were you interested in trying to find?
In as blatantly as I can put it, I am gathering as much information as I can, just so in case I can utilize it in any one of the spells that I create, now or in the future, or potentially if something pops out that I can use to suggest to one of my fellow students. Though, it depends on who gave me the rune and
Fair enough.
quietness of it.
Well, there are runes, as you probably have gathered by now, are not simply a single rune that does the exact thing you want. It is usually a combination of a number of things. So, what works in one rune may work in another if arranged in a slightly different way. Certain things that can work across disciplines. For example, what would be a good demonstration? I could do it. Follow me.
I'm trying to write stuff for your father, because I know he's gonna, when I come back, he's gonna feel bad, so...
So you're writing to him that it is very boring.
This is just a demonstration object for the effect that I would like to
himself, right?
give an example
Oh, no,
of.
no, 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 no. He has to know that he can't miss next
Quite
time.
simply.
I'm going out into the field soon. Maybe I'll die from that.
And he's just gonna kick it right over.
I still have hope.
As you can see,
Maybe your Marcus friend can
a spill all over the place, but with the right effect, one can easily reverse things. In this case, and is back to normal and completely sealed. The ability to affect and reverse and accelerate spell effects, a property of time that I primarily put in, but the runes that make it work are more akin to being able to define a spell effect and make it execute faster, slower, or depending on your, I take it your support, the act of reversal is in a sense almost taken as a healing element.
Oh my god. He did not like the peaches thing.
So on that end, let's see, which rune was it on here? This one.
Well, let's go see what my battle buddy's doing.
This rune right here. The center is the one that controls the aspects of time manipulation on it, but the ones around it are the ones that allow it to effectively accelerate, pause, or reverse. Those runes, if taken in isolation, would affect the rate of which a spell executes its effect as soon as it is activated. And that I do not mind sharing. It may help you in developing spells that could counteract or reverse effects of things a bit more stably. Go ahead, take a sketch. The ones around the outside, the concentric rings.
Yes.
Each ring is a different one. Forward, backwards, and stasis.
Thank you. That will definitely come in handy.
And the nice thing about being able to reverse this is that it's now just as cool as it was when it came out of the machine.
That was a little terrifying to witness in real time.
Yes, now imagine that, but on something that is alive. The same thing can happen.
If you act quick enough, can you reverse? You can tell me if this is too much. Can you reverse an evolution?
I've never exactly gotten a chance to try, but I'm not going to say that is impossible, but that is... That would be a circumstance that if I were in such a position, I'd probably be more willing to just put it down than test that theory. And besides...
Of course.
I may be one of the few to actually say this, but I actually tend to be more interested in what something becomes after its evolution. My studies have been very focused on the nature of what influences the evolution of Magibeasts. What makes it go beyond the beaten path. If you provide the same stimuli to the same Magibeast in most situations, 99.9% of the time, it will turn into something deterministic. The same amount of mana available, the same environment around it. But not every time. That's what gets us the elements that are rarely seen. The Time Core, for instance, came from a beast that was supposed to evolve into one of wind affinity. It maintained that wind, but it gained the ability that its roars produced compressed pockets of time. Being exposed to it would effectively rapidly throw you forward in relativity.
Oh god.
For instance,
that's scary.
In my time studying it, and, well, fighting it, I, in the course of, let's say maybe a month and a half, went completely white in the hair. I'm sure that I'm probably a couple of years older in the course of a few months than when I had started. Not that I don't think it is really much concern anymore, because I do believe that to some extent this core has caused me to stop aging.
Jumbled your time around a little bit and then stopped it effectively.
To a degree, I'm sure it's probably a bit of a side effect of the fact that the one that I primarily test most of the capabilities of this on is myself. I do not want to expose other people to it, but I'm sure that... well, I can't exactly get permission to go out into the wastes. They are surprisingly resistant about allowing me to go on deployments to some extent. Probably because of the other hats that I wear, but what can you say?
And I also imagine being titled Warden is a little bit more of like a ace card type of deal. You're not really played at every hand.
Indeed. Not to mention that part of the incident that happened back at Runewald with the Raiden League was perpetuated by somebody that I am familiar with. Among trying to destabilize that city, it seemed that I was a target. So probably they don't want to put me in the line of fire of, well, those that...
they can help it.
Wish ill upon me. Or otherwise.
Yeah, Raiden League isn't real nice, so...
Oh, trust me. I am well aware of the state of how those places are. More familiar than I'd like to
I have
be.
one last question. It doesn't have to be this week if you do accept, but...
fair enough.
I have made the mistake of trying to do this with most, if not every warden that comes across here. Would you like to spar sometime?
You are a brave person. I will give you that. Refreshingly
Of course,
so,
not exactly
actually.
going to...
I do say that, given my status as a warden from another city and one with a very extensive reputation in a number of ways, that unless it is given direct authorization by Principal Valdris, that I will have to decline sparring against any candidates, simply because I will be frank, I would have to hold back immensely as to not end things quickly. It would not be a learning experience for you otherwise.
I figured as much, but I thought I'd give at least the offer of wanting. Hopefully, eventually, there's a time where
keep
it's,
that in mind, but like I said, you will need to get this endeavor approved by Valdris, and should he allow you to pursue this, then I will entertain this. I am curious as to the nature of his star class that he has assembled. He has quite high expectations of you. I'm sure you've already realized that.
Yeah, that we definitely
For
have.
more reason than I'm sure any of you have quite begun to understand, but the more you work together, the more it will make sense why he has gone to this length.
Considering Braggy told us before our time here, any other classes before us, it was forbidden to spar. So them allowing us to do that.
They want you to refine yourselves. In fact, it is quite critical that you do so. Anyways.
Yeah, right now we're all just trying to figure out our runes. That way we can stop exhausting ourselves after every spar.
Oh, believe me, that is an effort that will not end the second that you figure out your runes, because you are always wanting to refine them further.
That's impressive. That's very impressive.
Good day.
Yes. So that's good. Yeah.
Hello.
Curious one.
My name is. Yes, my name is Lily Zephyr. I am the adoptive daughter of Lazarus Zephyr. It's very nice to meet you.
Lazarus, you did didn't tell you that he had started a family.
Only recently.
Fair enough, fair enough. Is he treating you well?
Yes, he's treating me so sweetly. He's been very nice.
That's good.
How was the trip here?
Uneventful, fortunately. Granted,
That's good.
I imagine to some extent that even though I was meant to be a passenger on that caravan, had it come under attack, I'm sure they would have probably expected me to get up and help out with the warden captain that came with me. My city's captain came along with us for a bit. She's left things in charge of her second-in-command over there.
Reliable hands. That's good.
They are people I trust.
That's good to hear. I hope you enjoy your stay here. I'm excited for you to be here.
I have not gotten a chance to see the festival spirits in quite a long time, admittedly. I'd never really gotten a chance to travel out of Runewald after moving there from elsewhere.
He got paired with Sebi.
And
bogged down with a lot of research, I presume.
Yes.
Always busy, huh?
Quite. Especially back in the days of the Beast Wardens. That was a never-ending pile of paperwork, but also data. Data that benefited you all, actually.
We're thankful for it.
So we've heard. Thank you.
So, actually, since I didn't actually think of asking the ones I was talking to before, how did you find the experience? Were there any problems with it?
Technically falls under my name. Yes, I need to be there. Armed usage.
It's hard to say. I think it was a combination of, well, I mean, no one was killed. So we were already ahead of the curve, one could say. And then they threw the curveballs of making things appear as if they weren't working properly to put us on edge. So...
that sounds exactly like him. I admit
they kept us on edge. It was good.
That might have partially been my fault also. I did put some extra scenarios in there that I told him, you know, you should probably not use these, but I'll give them to you just in case you want to look at them later. And from the report he sent over, he used at least 3 of them.
More than likely, he started dipping into the very enticing options you provided.
That is indeed for sure.
He didn't use the worst one, at least, so... that's good. Yes,
that's fun.
That is reassuring, Director. At least hopefully, since we're not all only here for work.
They are all very inquisitive. And somebody has already challenged me to a spot.
That's good. Please don't hurt them too much.
Candidate Evan, I believe.
Wait,
but I did tell...
without your course.
Well, for one, the time core is off limits. I will not be using that against anybody.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Just because I wouldn't be using it doesn't mean that I wouldn't have its normal benefits affecting me.
I know. Oh, well, that's also true, but I also know that you probably... You're scary enough without it.
You're going to
either way, if that does happen, I think everyone would be interested to watch Evan get his butt kicked.
It's not
I told him
You're
that he needed
person.
to get Vuldras's approval for such an endeavor, but if he does, I would entertain it, and I would at least make it last a little while, so that it would be a learning experience.
How charitable,
one of the candidates wants to spar me.
Yes! She so understands! No, I understand it. Like I said, I want to do it too, but I can't. Okay,
Lazarus,
Yes,
I would spar you any day of the week. I've seen what you can do.
Oh,
You should wait a couple of months. No, wait a few months.
Yes, I'm technically on a month thing where I have to watch my health and all this extra bullshit. But I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Well, that'll give me more time to perfect
been a while.
the other abilities that I've been working on with the new data.
No
We do
time
need
stuff,
to-
though, because I'm already old. I don't need to be any older.
I never said it would be on you.
I know. I'm just saying.
I don't have to manipulate your time to make use of it.
He's right
I
though.
like this guy.
We found other uses of it recently.
Yes.
It's been quite
Relativity is a
fulfilling.
very
It's been so long.
fun subject when you have the ability to play.
We've had recent discoveries.
Yes.
It does sound incredibly useful. But before I go any further, I'm Isaac Galway, one of the other candidates from Ottenheim with this class. Pleasure to meet you, sir.
A pleasure. And you have already introduced
I need to go.
yourself.
I need to go moderate a spot that's going to be happening in my ruins. So.
Who's
It
going
was
there
very
now?
nice catching up. Evan and Ader. So I need to
Why
be there to
is Evan
supervise
picking
it.
fights with everybody?
Yes,
I
actually.
hope
This
you
Evan's
knock him
really
down a
fight
peg.
hungry,
He's
isn't he?
supposed to be a support.
So, as it so happens, he told me point blank that he has been making this, in his own
You know the
words,
one that they're talking about?
mistake in front of every warden that he's come across, especially the ones coming in from out
Is
of
he normally
town.
this fight hungry?
And, well,
Among other things.
there's a part of me that
That's
sees
true.
a bit of myself in him, because him and my former battle partner were very similar in that regard. We were always butting heads
I mean-
to try to get better.
Director,
Yes.
wasn't your nickname back when you were a full-time warden something the Reaper?
That was my title from my.
Oh, your
college.
title, yes.
I put that title away when I left. It is somewhat
still,
ironic
though.
that they basically mused the title and then added to it without ever knowing that it was a title I already held.
Yes.
That's
Very
true.
good time.
but it's
That's
still-
quite ironic. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's quite okay. I consider it a bit of a reclaiming of it. A way to
That's good at least.
separate the old connotation to it.
I see.
Glad to see that.
Well,
the-
don't let us
sure-
keep you here. I'm actually interested to see Evan get his butt kicked. But
Oh yes,
I'm sure there's
still-
many other people who want to talk to you. Maybe
am-
them over there by the stairs who's just watching
Outside
us.
of this research.
Oh yes, I'm sure.
Right.
I am actually trying to
Well,
see if
you
I can
could.
catch Volturus, as there is something that I
Hmm,
came here for pleasure, but there is a little bit of business on the side.
sure. I haven't seen him
Yes,
in
it always
6 months,
is.
so wait long enough, he might come walking down. I haven't seen him leave yet.
Yes, I've been told that there are no visitors allowed without permission, so I have been
Sadly.
For a time.
lingering.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Leave you to it, sir.
We
Have a good
will
evening.
leave you to it. Mhm. We'll see you around.
Glad to see that the candidates of this class are as lively as ever.
Let's go watch Evan get his butt kicked.
They're very eager.
There is a
Which is good.
small part of me that actually kind of wants to witness this.
Well, Ader's there.
Before you head out, first off, I have to compliment the suit.
I don't need to worry.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Do your
I can
job and just
compliment yours
watch.
as well.
Hmm.
Alexei. Oh my
Victor.
goodness. Boots? No one told me you were
Yes, I had
here.
heard that she.
How
Yeah,
are
she
you
came
doing?
last week.
Hello.
She came last week with her dad. Oh my god.
I'm
Bloody
so,
hell! I was
I am so sorry
for
I've
it.
not had a
Right
chance
here,
to
Yes, I know
say
you
hi. in a
did.
while.
Yes, how have you been?
There
Have
from
you
my
been behaving this past week for your
course.
dad?
Well, it's good to
Always
have you here.
behaving.
I've heard, well, a few things, in
That's good.
fact, but
Hmm.
I'm
Always
Victor.
behaving.
Or
Hopefully,
below.
hopefully all good.
Well,
Alexei,
Of course.
That's-
Absolutely.
I heard that there was a nice
Hmm.
bakery around
Oh,
here.
title
maybe
warden
sometime
coming to
this
town,
week when they're
everybody's in a bit of a
open, I
tizzy.
can take you there.
But it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Fair enough. I've
I
grown used
brought
to it.
some clothes for my son.
However, I would
And
rather
of course,
take
brought
the
some for
questions
you,
from
but did you forget your own?
eager-minded candidates than
Oh,
continued
I'm dressed.
attempts by the council to try to convince me
I'm dressed.
to
You
pack
forget
up shop
spare
and move
clothes.
over here
Spare
to
clothes.
become one of their
Yes, you're.
wardens.
I imagine there's plenty of internal politics to Warden's culture. I won't keep you if you wish to speak to Voldris, but I just wanted to extend a greeting to you from the
In order
Carpolo
to
family.
speak with him, I would need to find him, and as I have not done so, I am currently
Well, I heard that there's a tailor.
That
in
would be
town,
quite
so
hard,
I can
wouldn't it,
maybe
Alexei?
get something from them. Oh, okay, well, there you
Voldris, you have got to stop doing that.
Need some? Do you think you can just whip up something real quick and casual? For
yes.
us?
Interrupt any further?
Throughout the week.
How have you been?
Yeah, if you want to come by sometime later in the week.
Curious that you're here in the
Well,
first
then,
place.
just
I didn't expect
let me
you.
Am I not allowed to
Let me know
visit
how
for the
much,
festival?
I guess is what
I
should say.
rarely get
I have
time off.
Ordinaries.
That said,
As a titled warden,
when you guys
Alexei,
combine, I can
you're
see
welcome to go
what
where
else
you
you need.
please.
that said,
Okay.
something of your most
See you
recent
later,
correspondence had me a bit curious, and I wanted to have words about that.
Well, at least he's got who he needs.
Is it possible to wait for another day?
That bar that he
My day has been quite full, and I'm sure you'll be here in the city for a while.
Fair enough. But since you're here, I suppose I should go ahead and convey something on behalf of one of your candidates. I believe the name is Evan, said that they wished to spar any and all wardens they came across to learn from them, and they proposed doing so to me. I told him that would be out of the question unless approved by you.
You know how not to kill another individual.
I know a number of ways to
As
kill
long
a
as you
person,
have
I know
support
how to stop it. I still have the ring.
as long as you have supports on standby, you should be fine.
I could probably handle it myself. I've been practicing.
Very good.
Well then, I believe he is currently over in the
Milo.
ruins getting his butt kicked, as somebody said, so I might as well let him know the good news. I believe I saw
Yes,
him.
he was going. He went.
over this direction.
He went to go spar another warden.
Hi,
Hello.
I'm here on behalf of. I'm here on behalf of my partner. He's very busy right now, but he would love to meet you. He's very passionate about your work.
Is that so?
Um,
What's his name?
He's redhead.
Seems you have a pressing important anyway.
Redhead, circular glasses, Leon.
Leo.
He's
Of course, the director's popular.
yeah, he's very, very busy right now attending an emergency. But yeah, I just wanted to put a word in case he gets really
I
busy. Okay, bye.
will keep an eye out for him.
How are you?
Thank you for letting me know.
Milo.
Milo.
It's nice to meet you.
Of course.
Having fun?
I am.
No.
I will make sure to make some time for Leon if I see him. I will be
You can do
around
it.
for a little while.
I mean,
It
you're
seems
fine.
that
Okay.
my,
Yeah.
do it, you guys,
my
normal.
unannounced arrival has ruffled a little bit of feathers with Voldris, anyways.
Is that a chaplain?
You should probably
head
head
out
to
then?
that.
Towards the ruin?
Yes, I want to. I want to see.
any feathers.
You know, you're absolutely right. I'm not a bird.
Not a bird.
Not a burn.
I just wanted to check in on them, that's okay. Thank you, miss.
I guess Simon's saying that.
I'm not.
Hmm.
I'm not the.
Let's go.
Yes.
going?
We're going out towards the ruins outside the walls of the city. There is an individual who is, quote, getting his butt kicked, and I wanted to let him know that I have gotten
Can I
permission
kick his
to
butt?
also do so.
Can I kick this
Boots,
butt?
You'll have to
if
ask.
you do so, he won't be able to get up. He won't be able to get up again.
That's okay.
And well, the real thing there is, I'm sure.
Secret weapon.
If you'd like to ask Evan if he would be willing to allow you to kick his butt, I'm sure you can ask him when we go over there.
His butt.
Shaking a bit.
I'm sure you will.
I gotta show him. I gotta show him.
You have to show him all the results of your training, right?
Yes. Yes.
Well, your
I
dad's
showed
been
them-
keeping
I
up.
showed them,
Been keeping up on the training, right?
I'm gonna be out. I mean, to be a warden.
Right.
That's right, Boots. You're the bright and future star of the Wardens, aren't you?
It is an admirable dream. I'm sure that they would be proud of you.
They would be.
Oh, I am already seeing things that I am excited about.
Let's go over and see.
I believe might be Evan. That's something new.
I will be a bit quick. In case there is something going wrong, maybe I can help.
It doesn't smell good.
I'll try to keep
That's just a static in the air. I think. He said he was a lightning user.
Static. Might need to stay a little bit farther back then.
Yes, be careful, Elijah. Also, there's probably bound to be a number of louder noise.
Not break.
Yes, keep your
I know.
distance. I will convey the news. Interesting weapon choice.
Are you Boots? Hey, Boots. Yes.
Boots is here because they want to kick Evan's butt. Isn't that right?
She does.
I'm gonna watch Ader do it first, then it's your turn.
What does everyone get their ass kicked so much?
I don't know, but
As I
Valdris,
said, again, he's-
Valdris said I could play, so I'm sure he'll be happy.
He's usually a very mild-mannered person. Like, he's not a bad guy, but at
He's
the
a
same time,
masochist.
I want to see him lose.
Oh, I'm sure.
He's a what?
I mean, to be fair, he's been looking into like every kind of runes and whatnot now that we're encoding.
Oh,
He's been going
yes.
to everybody.
Well, he even came to me, and I gave him some of my own
Really?
creation that might help him. One of the
Very
ones that
generous.
actually makes one of my time spells work, just without the time part, because, well, I doubt it would work.
Well, it wouldn't work.
But the parts in isolation might provide some useful effects for his magics. After all spell runes are a combination of multiple parts. So if you get individual pieces from one person and another, you can put them together in a new way, assuming you can interlink them correctly.
Funny enough, that's something I'm looking into already.
Any particular focus? Direction?
Multi-tiered imbuement.
Multi-tiered imbuement. I am interested.
I revolve around air pressure for my weapons, sir. If I can increase the amount of imbuement to increase the air velocity, along with the bullet, I'm a gunner by trade. Would make it a much heavier impact.
But you said multi-tiered, so you want it to be able to be set to
2 or
a
3
number of
stages.
levels.
3 especially, 3 obviously being the highest impact for maximum damage if it's required in the moment, but not something you can use all the time. I already know imbuing rounds with more mana would obviously drain my core much faster.
Yes.
I'm gonna go check on something.
Let me see.
Impression?
I may possibly have something that
It's
might
taking a long time to
I would have
find
to
each
break down the different elements of the runes, but if I have something, I could potentially share something with you. Most of my runes are
I'd be
custom
grateful.
made. Especially with the magic I work with, there is not much written material to work off of. And my main passion for study has always been cores, especially the rare ones, so I've worked with a number. Dark is my primary, but I have had my hands upon every single basic element there is. And for a brief while, more than just time. I'd also gone to work a bit with space.
I'm still sad about that one.
Yes, I am
So sad I
quite
wasn't able to
cross
study that
about
one
that
as
one.
well.
As long as I go to good
You said
use.
your primary core was dark, yeah?
Yes.
Is that the ring?
This is actually my second core. I have 3 of them.
Oh.
The dark core was my starter. This ring was one that I obtained during my tenure for assisting with my research efforts that I have repurposed for supportive activities, and then the time core is, well, the result of a accident, but in a way also my magnum opus.
I see.
What's a magnum opus?
My crowning achievement, the
His best
greatest work that I had, as it was the result of a theory that was proven right, but in a way that I would much greatly have preferred had gone any other way.
There was nothing you could do, though, and once again, we were proven right. So
I am aware
it's not
that
like
there
we
was
can
nothing
complain.
I could do about it, but if there is a way to pay for something in a price other than blood, I would always take that.
Ain't that the truth?
Yes.
And now we agree.
Question.
Yes.
And since he is so heavily wanting to get his ass kicked by you,
Yes.
I've been trying to wonder, how do you fight time?
By having enough of it, to be perfectly honest. The ones who died in its subjugation were the ones that ran out of it.
Ah.
Boot.
I get it. That's pretty dark, but understandable. Huh.
They quite literally turned to dust.
Oh.
Its
I'm
ability,
sorry if
its
that
roar,
question.
its roar was one that pretty much was compressed waves of time. While you were within it, time moved faster for you. But only you, not the world. I myself gained
That's
several
terrifying.
years during that fight. I got them back, but only because I gained just a few.
How bad is he losing?
I mean, he's still standing. Ader looks fine, though.
That sounds right.
Hopefully he sustains himself well enough. I'm sure he might get a little excited to hear that he can have another spar.
I heard
Especially
you
if
arrived,
you
Alexei.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
I have. Is there an issue?
Excuse me, pardon me. No, no issue. Nice to meet you.
Good hit.
What, you're not going to introduce yourself?
Nope. You know, there's nothing to be scared of. He's a pretty nice guy.
He's a very nice guy.
Like,
Alright,
really
fine.
nice.
What's his name?
I feel
If
rude
he's not
now,
gonna
I
do
never
it.
introduced
Arlo.
myself.
Arlo.
I actually don't know his last name. If I do, I probably forgot it. But
It's just
Arlo is.
Just Arlo?
No last name. Hi, Arlo. Hey, Sam. Yeah.
It's not nice to hide behind a tree when attempting to introduce yourself.
Oh yes, you're the
attempting not to
one that
introduce
your
myself,
partner
actually.
spoke about, Leon, right?
Oh, yeah, Leon Finley, nice to meet you.
Alexei Vaniseri. I was told that you were one who is rather familiar with my works.
I am, yes, sir. Actually, the reason I'm here, if I can be so forward, yeah.
I suppose that is I suppose I can accept that as a compliment, that it clearly is.
Right,
Prince Warden. Alexei was heavily involved in the development of the keep.
Yes.
Oh, I see. That was a fascinating piece of
that you had were basically recordings that I provided them.
I see. I didn't know that. That explains why I couldn't really place the architecture.
Well, the
Or something
architecture was not quite my hand. My hand
It was the creatures you came
beast
across.
If you didn't hear, I guess, Baldur's Green
Actually,
introduced the
Doctor.
title to them.
Yes.
I still
Well, I
assume that
mentioned some of
something like that wouldn't be a suitable replacement for the mines.
It would be a way to study known things, but in order to study new behaviors that have not been observed before,
so there's nothing to complain
the
about.
Wardens would have been a better choice for that, but you and I both know why we can't bring them back.
Yeah.
Need a repeat of the past.
I like the jacket, Arlo.
Alexei, now,
Yes.
can I have a quick word?
I had no idea what to get.
I'll do you better
It'll
and
be a
give
very
you
quick question.
give you a handful of words, maybe even a whole sentence. Let's go.
That's really nice.
I hope so.
It's very
The
soft.
more information, the better.
Yes.
Glad to meet another who's the fan of the.
What can I do for you?
Well, put this simply,
Yes.
how many people accompanied you on your journey here?
2.
Was it just your friends?
My
And only 2.
My direct assistant, Elijah, the one you met over there, and the acting captain of the squad most closely working with the city. The one who's had the arms that were the pair of boots she was wearing. Very flamboyant.
And you know
dress.
nothing of anything of other wardens.
I believe, there was one that came here in advance that I believe is now being referred to as Boots' dad, if I remember the
Bang.
arrangements. Yes. They came...
I mean on your way here today.
No.
Before, like they came with you.
The only ones that I directly invited to come with me were those 2. Anyone else who came would have
I see.
been on their own in that regard. Why?
I see. It has come to my attention that apparently someone stumbled into our dome today. They mentioned something of they were spending a while out in the wastelands and mentioned that they were with you, but could not name you. On top of this, they decided to mention that there's also another band of wardens also still out there. Which came to a worry of mine, and if you agreed with it, then obviously. I was told light colors with green scars across the face.
That does
Do you
not
know
ring
them?
a bell.
Then that is a problem of ours.
At least if
I will make sure to keep
not
close guards on them.
immediately, I would have to see them for myself from afar to ascertain. Perhaps I am growing forgetful, but as far as people that were directly
Warden.
traveling with me,
Leslie.
it was just those 2.
Could you give a more in-depth description of the individual that you did a closer inspection of?
Green clothing, shaved side of the head, black hair, scars across their face completely. Very much just like a wastelander, even if they claim they are a warden of the wastes like I am. And
That
apparently
is...
escorted.
I do not directly
something here.
work with any of the wardens of that city. They are assistants at
means
times,
it's
but
bullshit.
I am independent. I work on my own.
Where did she go? The thing is, he couldn't even tell me because his boss is very secretive about
Yes.
the entire thing.
was told.
And also
The thing
said
that was-
that there's a
But they
bunch of
said-
wardens
They said
out
they came with me.
on the caravan, not even in.
Yes.
That
I was told that they accompanied you, but they kept their cards close to them in terms of any other information. Which, if they did come with you, then saying their previous location or where they came from would be no issue. And they couldn't even name you. They just said you were the person they accompanied, rather than even referring to you by title or name.
I see.
Yeah. Which spells more worries than proper. And I will get a couple wardens on them. Thank you. That was all I needed.
If you see them, please give me a chance if I can see them. Perhaps I might be able to identify them.
Sure, will do.
Surely.
Thank you.
Headway, I guess. I mean, I've got a at least ideas on how I want it to be used. But now it's all coming
Fighting style weirdness.
Yeah. You probably should have started with the electricity, I'm gonna be honest.
I can only do it after I've generated electricity. It's not always there. So I have to do it first. And then Amplify doesn't do much.
Good news for you, Valdris said yes.
She went off with Marcus.
He of course told me.
I don't know how long it
But
lasted.
obviously, why would I want to?
Yeah, it just felt weird just hugging her and telling her that I love her.
You're gonna miss the fun.
I am
That's okay.
able to do so
That's okay.
whenever
We
you
have
are
stuff to attend to
feeling
first.
up to it.
What about
Could be
you?
tonight,
Did you
could be
spar today too?
later.
No, I oversaw.
Is
That was good
next
enough for
week
me.
Okay with you? Currently,
Good enough of a
theoretically, I
show?
can only move my arms.
Yeah.
And that's even on a time limit.
What happened to your arms?
It's theoretical.
Theoretical?
Theoretically, I have 1 bar left in my arms.
Oh. That sounds
So,
painful.
very much not tonight.
Well then.
Alexei?
Give yourself some time to recover, and we can make a arrangement, you and I. Shall we walk into our
Seems
classes?
Yes, I would actually like that instead.
So much for the theatrics tonight, but oh well.
It seems your accompanying member was last seen going towards the jazz bar.
I
So
see.
potentially, if we go at a good time, we might be able to catch them while they're there.
Let's go take a walk then, you and I. I could use a drink.
Yes, I'd like to greet this warden of ours.
I would see their face.
One thing, too, that I will also mention to you that concerned me. They mentioned that them and their band of wardens refused to return to their city, which technically would go against orders unless those orders told them to stay out there. But
Well,
by
I
the
can
sounds of
assure
it,
you
they
it
chose
is-
to stay.
It is likely not Runewald then. There is no reason why anybody would want to be fleeing from there and hiding. Which makes me think that they are more likely potentially from elsewhere. If they know me and they are from there, that is very troubling.
There's no way we missed you. We
I
got
don't
here
know if
just
they
in
actually
time.
do know you. I think they were just using you as a cover-up. They could tell you were a warden from your weapon.
I know, right?
I'm sure they could probably tell, but I'm more curious if they are.
Hello, you look important.
In a way, I probably would be. Yes.
To make it brief, we do have a destination, but this is Alexei, the Reaper of the Timeways. This is a titled warden.
Holy shit.
Station in Runewald.
Battle Warden.
Good day to you. Well, I'd say good evening, I suppose. But yes.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Him and I have a bit of
Thank you for all your
business, but I
service.
will be around.
Yes.
If there's
Oh my
desire
god.
to talk.
Oh, never mind. Goodbye.
Come on, Lazarus.
Goodbye, General. Wow.
Sometimes the court gets a little icy.
Yeah.
Hey, old man. There she is.
I thought I was about to close out a student! Hi!
Oh, goodness.
It's good to see you!
Hi to you too, Cleek. Oh.
Welcome back!
Thank you.
Also, I have a boyfriend! Look!
Hello. That explains so
Is it your
much.
husband?
I mean, yes.
Huh? What do you mean?
Nothing.
What does that mean? No, you explain yourself!
I'm just gonna check
The
out
kind of
everything
excitability that only someone like him could handle.
Oh, you know that... That tracks. Anyway, you seem like you're on the way for something, but it's good seeing you!
Yes.
You can see Beth
Looking
later.
into
Before-
something. I would love to see it. Also, one of your
Before I
students
turn in,
wants
I'd like
spy.
to speak to you. Yes, I don't blame him. I'd like to spar him, but I'm told I'm on a limiter. So.
Promise I
But,
won't use it.
after our small trip.
Yes. Well, let's try to
After our small
avoid
trip,
the further
pleasantries,
stops.
yes.
As much as I would
I
like
agree.
to converse with these people, they all seem quite lovely.
You up for a jog?
Sure. Let's go.
I was the one who tried to get me to
wild.
school earlier and got in trouble.
They're usually quite,
I could just speed up my own movement a little bit.
Drift would be away he was last seen.
Excuse me.
Definitely not in the academy.
Excuse me.
Definitely very busy.
Unfortunate. Perhaps if you ask around, you might find people who saw them.
General.
General.
Meet the father.
A word, if you don't mind.
Of course.
Have you seen anyone matching the description of a half-shaven head with scars on their face wearing green walking around?
Yeah, that's Wasteland Warden Banks. At least according to him.
I can't say that I'm aware of a warden of this. Can you tell me where they were last seen?
At the bar with us just 25 and 30 minutes ago. They left.
Did you see where they went afterwards?
What was his name again?
Nope, just know they left. Banks, he said.
Banks?
Yeah, he even came to the military office to drop off information about their arrival. He was a merc, sort of. He was caravan protection.
I see.
So he was the caravan protection for the group that came in. I can't imagine he would come to the military office to report all this and tell me who he was if it wasn't legitimate in some way. Bit weird.
I'm just curious
The
why
only
he was
concern is-
talking about escorting me, yet he couldn't give a single detail about me, let alone where he was coming from what I was hearing.
Yes. I was informed that they were very quiet when it came to speaking much about themselves in terms of location previously and such. On top of this, they said they accompanied a friend here, but after consulting
Well,
them,
they were
is not true.
they were the caravan protection for the caravan that brought all the people here. So I assumed that was what they were.
Yeah, why not?
Well, I was told that they were a band of wardens that are also still out there currently.
Way over here.
And refused to return to their city.
But that
or
means we're walking.
home. Which is
I'll keep
why
an
I'm
eye out.
concerned.
What do you want me to do if I find him?
Technically nothing, since we don't actually know if it's legit. But if you do find them, inform Alexei so that they
I
can
am.
get a closer look and see if they can recognize them.
Right.
Yes.
Again,
Just need
it's-
to confirm.
Perfect.
Yeah, all close.
It's really, I can't see why the hell he would come to me and tell me all this if it was a lie. He had no reason to go to the military office and seek me out and tell me all this.
True,
I'm
but
just-
if you think about it, that also counts as security. And if they get that from you, we really can't do anything.
Seems weird that Henry.
Taro gave me a shot of gin for the father.
I would simply
And also,
just like
if
to be
you see
sure.
them, inform them. They'll probably be
Father,
informed.
I know you wanted to test the sin levels. Here, they gave us a special
Please,
gift.
son.
But I'll be fine on my own for now, Lazarus,
Test the sin
but
levels of this gin and
I know.
tonic.
if you get any better details, do feel free to let me know.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh.
he downed it.
I've been having it on the street now, though.
I suppose I should try to see if I can catch Leon. I'm gonna have a bit of a parting word before the night is over. I believe he was still out here. little bit of speed. Accelerate. There we are. That was
I'll show you.
I do have a question.
Hi. That was a lot faster than just walking normally.
Yeah.
I was wanting to make sure I got a moment with this person who wanted to talk to me, now that I've finished with everything. I think I saw you around last time when I was, you were in Lindo as well, right?
Yeah, we met very briefly. Ares Venari.
Ah, yes. Now I remember. The one who I think was jumping around on the
Good to see you again.
rooftops.
Usually.
Fair enough.
Was your trip over here good?
Fairly uneventful, all things considered. Which is a relief, given the number of
I've not found him.
headaches I had to deal. No, don't
Good trip
worry,
in
I have
London.
already found him. You do not need to keep looking.
He's off on an adventure.
Oh, it's quite a... He was somebody that I had asked to help find Voldress for me, but Voldress found me in his own typical fashion. One that
Yeah.
absolutely infuriates me. He's an annoying pain in my ass sometimes. Yes.
It happens.
However, the one I'm looking for is currently having a rendezvous with, as I was told, Clink's boyfriend.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, as soon as he told me, a lot of pieces clicked. Yes, the way that he was beforehand.
Ain't that the way?
He is excitable. In an endearing way, I would give him that, but
yeah,
it made a few things click. Anyways.
I do need to grab Clink in a moment here.
Well, he's right there. You might as well do it. Grab him.
Yeah.
Abscond with the
All right.
man.
Stealing him right now, watch this.
Do it. It'll be so funny. Ah, that's what he meant. Actually, Ares, if you would, I actually have a bit of a request for you, and something I think you'd be able to actually keep up on.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've actually gotten a chance to properly exercise myself, and seeing as there's a place over there that is well out of the way of anything breakable, would you like to have a go for a little bit? I can patch stuff up afterwards.
Okay. Question for both of you, can I watch?
Go for it, just keep your distance.
Yeah, I will, I'll be over there in a moment.
Very well.
Not pass up the opportunity for two dark over.
So, how should we do this? How long do you want to go for? I just need a
I'm
little
fine
bit
with whatever.
I just need a little bit of sport. I'm sure you know how not to kill. I do as well. We can make this.
Absolutely.
And I will restrict any use of
however
time.
long you want to go for.
I will restrict any use of time to strictly things that affect myself. Nothing on you. Well, shall we? Ignite. Let us dance, you and I. It's been a while since I've had someone that could keep up with me. Unfortunately, you'll have to try a bit quicker than that.
Alright.
Dark.
I can put more effort in.
Very well. Very well, but how can you keep up now? Can you keep up with someone who can change her own time? This is quite enjoyable. What else can you do, Ares?
Quite a bit.
Go on, show me I can handle it. You're staying right where you are. Quite enjoyable. Come on. Show me more. I know you have something else up your sleeve. Back with you. Alright, enough of this. Accelerando. I need more. Try to keep up. Come on. The only downside, this takes a lot more energy than it really is beneficial for all. But that was quite enjoyable. I'd say that was enough exercise. You are a fun dancer, partner.
I have to dance it again.
Yes. Now, as for your injuries, stand close. Couple cuts, nothing that I can't fix. This'll feel strange. Every injury that you took during the fight is rewinding itself back into place. You feel all of it, but in reverse.
Oh, that feels weird. Oh, that feels weird. Oh, I hate that. Oh, I hate that.
You're fine, you're fine.
Oh, you do that? That feels so fucking weird.
How do you think I control my age? I have to be able to rewind myself.
That was really cool. Question for both of you. Thank you.
I ought to
what's up?
bring out some of the newer tricks next time.
To yourself with? You have lightning around you. Oh, you have 2 cores. I do.
I am a tri-core user. 2 dark at a time.
You said it.
I can control my own relative time flow. That is how I started being able to move faster and faster. I am pleased to see that you can keep up with it. It is tiring to do that.
I'm surprised I could.
And now it's just me affecting my own. Something I did not show you is that I can do that with spells as well.
Wow.
Spell in waiting, as I call it. Keep them frozen in place, snap of the fingers, and they all go off at the same time.
Wow.
It is very fun to play with.
I'd love to see it at some point.
We shall certainly see. But you've given me a rare opportunity to exercise myself, so I appreciate you.
I have no idea.
That was very fun.
Celestia isn't even in my name.
Far, I guess.
Sir, do you have a moment?
Yes. What can I do for you?
I had a few questions I'd like to ask.
Go
perhaps
on.
sometime this week if you're visiting for the festival.
Yes, I will be
some questions
around for a time. Unintentional pun, I suppose. But yes, I will be around.
Oh, it sounded very intentional. I'd like to ask some questions about some things we found.
Very well.
Some things I've been looking into. Definitely your core.
Anything in particular besides the core?
I don't know. Older ruins, that sort of thing. I'm sure you get around a lot.
Well, given the initiative that I had, it is a bit of an interest of mine, yes. I'm sure we can make time for it. We can make arrangements out of it.
Make time for it. Is that another one?
Can you just do that?
I mean, I suppose in a way I could, but it is more of a relative term, to be honest. It is more affecting how the flow of time affects things. Myself, other people. I have not quite exactly figured out if there is a way to directly shift the overall clock backwards or not.
Not bad.
I know you're behind me.
It was moreover, I was trying to get her to stop.
Yeah.
Motioning like
Have
she
you
was.
been
Sorry
enjoying
about that, Director.
yourself?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. I might have some words I
I
need
mean,
to
I-
share with you later, Vivian, regarding other people that were with us on our caravan that have me a bit perplexed, but I will speak with you later on it.
Warden?
Yes.
Gotcha. On your caravan, were there any of the people who returned from Nair with you? The ones who did the investigation?
No. I admit I didn't really speak too heavily of the others in there. Honestly, most of the people that I tend to travel around that don't already know of me seem to have a slight fear of me, which is, I
Oh.
suppose,
Maybe it's all
somewhat-
your puns.
No, it's somewhat warranted given my background, but I would not hurt them unless they
Being
gave
a-
me a reason to. If they were a
Oh.
threat.
No, we're all wardens here. No threat.
That I can tell.
They're future wardens.
Future wardens, but wardens all the same. Once you've been given the training and you're holding in arms, you are a warden. Just one of less experience than others.
Yeah, she's got hers.
So I noticed. A very unique design. One I don't think I've seen in any of the others that I've been around.
Designed them myself with the help of another warden candidate.
That's intriguing.
Really?
I would be curious to see how they function. I am always interested in seeing the bounds of creativity that each new generation provides.
Yeah, whip them out, whip them out, whip them out. Yes!
What element do those
Ooh,
utilize?
those are pretty. I have a water core.
Water. And yet you have the ability to make them levitate. Quite
Yeah,
the feat
took a lot of fiddling.
Nothing.
Quite the feat
Nothing,
of
nothing.
encoding, I
I'm
imagine.
just gonna look. Also, you know I like to.
It took several weeks.
Stand behind.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, come on. Alright.
My goodness. I look forward to hearing about how well they work out in the field. Especially with the upcoming excursion that I have heard about.
Oh, yeah?
Vanderhall, yes.
Nice, sir.
Yes,
I'm glad to tell.
partially why I wanted to speak to you.
Curiosity about the ruins of old, are we? Or at least foreign
Yeah.
cities.
Hmm.
I see.
More the ruins
Yeah,
of
ruins.
lost civilizations.
I see. I look forward to that talk then.
As will I.
Thank you, sir.
You're quite welcome.
Good day.
Did you have fun, sir? I heard you fought another. Heard you sparred with another dark core user.
I did. It was quite exhilarating. It
Well, I'm glad you're able to
it
actually
was
let
nice.
loose.
It was nice to
Well,
have someone I
let
could
loose
keep
someone
up
and
with
have-
for a little bit. I didn't get to use all the new tricks, but I certainly made use of a few.
Well, it's so good to see you be able to let loose a little bit.
Yes. Give me one moment, though.
Take your time.
Anyway. Right. Thank you. I'll take enough of your time. Have a good night. You too.
So, I know it is probably getting later, but I presume that there was. This might be me presuming based off the way that you were introduced to me by your partner, but were there words that you wanted to share with me about the things I've been working on?
Oh,
Sure we could.
yeah, but I don't want to talk your ear off. We're up to, if we had a busy day, so.
Well, I'm here for
could
leisure, not so much business. Granted, I have a little bit of business, but it is incidental. And I am
Well,
always
I don't
eager
want-
to encourage the bright minds of tomorrow.
That's really kind of you, sir. Allow me some time to get some notes together, if you don't mind. I'd like to discuss some things that I've seen with you, and
Fair enough.
well, I have some ideas about.
At least for the next few weeks, I have all the time in the world.
Great. Then I'll seek you out then, sir. I appreciate it.
Very well. I look forward to hearing what your curiosity leads you to. Have a good night, Leon.
Likewise.
She doesn't like it super much.
So, Clink, what exactly is that?
£300, okay.
I will say hi to Bertha. This is my... Oh, sorry, I am focusing. I'm gonna try and guide you to the ground now because you are a very heavy being. She can do it.
It's a surveillance camera?
But it's a little bit. It's basic, so it's a more new
It's just a
Warforged
little
chassis.
bit concerning, considering,
New
you know...
Warforged cast. It's my thing, I want to talk about it.
Seeing the floating one.
Elijah, let the one who actually made it talk about it.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Anyway.
Yep, you're right.
So, basically, I wanted to be able to provide a very cost-easy sort of flying and levitation for Warforged. So I used a bunch of polarity fuckery to make sure that these guys can fly by only using, cells, basic cells.
They're gonna make your job useless.
Interesting.
So the idea was to be able to make sure that they could have eyes in the skies because we were dealing with a serial killer that could turn invisible. So I was like, well, if we could just, see from above, we'd be able to find him.
Forgebreaker.
I see.
Yeah, the Forge Breaker. But also I was informed by the nurses that because of the way that it moves, it can carry anticoagulants around very easily, so I made a nice pocket for that. And, because it's using cells, I can also make it, be a taser. So it's basically a camera that can hold and lift and hug people, zap them, or provide healing.
Not too different from
And
one
it
of
can either
those
be for a...
particular magic beasts, but much more nice and less killing.
Well, you see, that's the thing. I'm actually really upset about the Matter Beast because, they copied nature. Nature did it first. It's called a jellyfish. They're beautiful. I slept, looking at the aquatic tank, and they brought me great comfort. And that's why I was I wanted to, do this. But,
Right. I'm glad that it seems that it's working out well for you.
Severely fish.
I'm going to head back into this proper.
Apparently a fish.
I can imagine that might give a bit of a scare to somebody if they didn't know what that was.
Oh no! Oh no!
If it happens, I'll make sure they know who did it.
Fuck.
No. Oh shoot! What? I forgot about paperwork. I have to finish.
Yes, he does shoot.
Good luck.
Oh no, paperwork. Even here? I hope they don't send any my way.
Yeah,
Wait,
Or
to get away from bureaucracy everywhere.
I didn't want to. Oh gosh, did she drink again?
Hello.
Was it the Paywine?
Yeah,
That wasn't cool.
Oh no.
yeah, they took some.
Yeah, we
they
had
took some
to prove
Feywind.
that they
I
were
took
being
some.
silly.
What?
I took some pictures.
Feywind
of,
does it too.
Zafine
We
being
even can get
as
orcs drunk here.
Impossible.
That is.
Avery being on fire.
It's not that tall.
being
You're
dry.
silly.
Avery was on
We're talented.
Ryan,
I'm not a
the barrier will be closing in 5 minutes. I repeat, 5 minutes.
They're just wrong. It sounds so weird.
Have a good night, you two. Be safe.
Well, I suppose I will have to find somewhere to temporarily reside while I'm here. Perhaps somewhere towards the harbor would be good. It's a very directed question. I wonder if they're one of the ones he referred about. Certainly makes sense. They seemed a bit more calculating than the others around. I'll have to ascertain for myself.
So yeah, it would have been 12. That would have been 93.
I'm in line. I just have to wait a little bit. And I know Merlin makes some really good animations, though.
I moved here in 95.
Hello.
Hello. Good session?
Good sesh. Very good sesh.
Yo.
I have some fun talks lined up with people, one of which I know is... I could tell what was being hinted at. I was like,